laugh and my heart chokes. Like Midas, everything you touch turns gold. You dance in the hallway like nobody's told. You say my name so softly, like a soft little word. Yeah, every time you're near me, all my doubts get blurred. You take my day, turn it bright, brand new. Every look you give says I choose you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me in a way I never understood. And every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get you. Yeah, it's all about your dreams, eyes wide, shining clear. And you tell the wildest stories I could listen for years. And you roll your eyes and kiss me when I'm stubborn and proud. You pull me back to center when my thoughts get loud. You take my fear, turn it into truth. Yeah. Every time you touch me, I remember you. I get you more than anybody ever could. You get me, in a way I never understood. Every little smile, every little move you do. Ooh, baby, I don't need a reason. I just know. I just know. I get when the world feels heavy on my shoulders, you lean in, lay your head right over mine. You say we can carry this together, and just like that, I'm fine. Oh, I'm fine.
Welcome to the show. Everybody is Dee. I'm glad you're here. Let's get into some things. I hope you're ready, cause this is what I do. It's all about different perspectives in here. Where you gon' get the real, no BS in here. We keep it real as we can. You can tell your truth and feel comfortable here. DeeDee's reactions, videos and live things. DeeDee's reactions, she's about to put on a show. DeeDee's reactions, just to let you know, like, share, subscribe. We about to go live. It's DeeDee's reactions. Keep it real, keep it DeeDee's reactions. What you gon' do? DeeDee's reactions. We about to go live. Subscribe. We about to go live. It's DeeDee's reactions. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh.
What up, YouTube? It's your girl, DeeDee. Welcome back to another live stream. I hope y'all are doing well. Listen, as you come into the building, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, y'all. As you come into the building, make sure you hit the like button. Also, if you're new to the channel and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button. It is free to subscribe. And yeah, make sure you are supporting in that way by hitting the like button as you come into the building. Happy Saturday. Listen, shout out to everybody watching, everybody in the building, everybody who supports the channel. I appreciate y'all so much. Listen, I want to come on here briefly, y'all, to share a few things with you, and then we're going to be out of here. But make sure as you come into the building, you are thumbs up in the stream. That definitely helps the stream out. And also, if you want to support the channel via Super Chat or Cash App, I really appreciate the support as well. It definitely helps to grow the channel. All right. Shout out to Ryan from the 8. And shout out to anybody else watching or anybody else who comes into the building. Shout out to you guys. Listen, I want to get into the topic. You guys mentioned Lavar Ball situation. I went and looked at that situation, and I wanted to just bring it here and kind of give my 2 cents on it. But before we get into that, I want to address the this whole Supreme Court ruling, you guys, on this what is it called? TPS status. I want to briefly give my thoughts on that, and then I also want to get your thoughts on it as well. So I want to pull this information up and just kind of go over it briefly because I saw this in the news, and this is going to affect Haitian people as well as Syrian immigrants in this country because this temporary protected status has ended. I want to know your thoughts on that, but I definitely want to just kind of address it because I saw this in the news and everybody's talking about it, and people have a different, difference of opinions on this. But what do you guys think about this? So basically, the Supreme Court ruled to allow the Department of Homeland Security to end temporary status for Haitian and Syrian immigrants, y'all. TPS. This effectively lifted lower court injunctions that had temporarily blocked the administration's plan to terminate these protections, right? So the USCIS.gov designated details remain in a state of adjustment following this ruling as advocacy groups navigate the legal implications for the hundreds of thousands of impacted individuals. The administration previously moved to end the designation while affected groups claim it violates constitutional rights and protections. So I want to get into a video that basically explains this. Basically, Haitian and Syrian immigrants they're losing their temporary protected status, their TPS, which means they are at risk of being deported back to their countries. Now, this status was supposed to be, from my knowledge, supposed to be temporary, right? But a lot of these people have been in the country for years and years and years. So some people are arguing, when does the temporary status end? Like, is it ongoing? Because a lot of them are here, which is immigrants who basically seek asylum in this country from their own country because of the dangers in their country. So they come here for temporary status, basically flee in their countries because of the dangers that are there. And they come here for seeking asylum. And the TPS is supposed to be a temporary protected status. But a lot of these immigrants don't end up leaving. They just end up staying here for a lifetime. So some are arguing or asking, when is the end time? It's supposed to be temporary, but a lot of people are here for years and years and years. And somebody brought up the fact that they had something that happened in their country in 2010, and a lot of people came here from that, and they're still here. I don't know. I want to know y'all thoughts, because that's what I keep looking at. Like, if it's temporary, it was never meant for you to be here a lifetime. At some point, you have to go back to your country, right? But I want to play.
Right now, a recent Supreme Court ruling has given the Trump administration the green light to end temporary protected.
So I'm going to play what the news is saying about it, and y'all let me know your thoughts, and then we're going to move on.
Right now, a recent Supreme Court ruling has given the Trump administration the green light to end temporary protected status for hundreds of thousands of Haitians and Syrians.
The move would allow the White House to potentially mass deport immigrants living and working legally in the U.S. And Local 10's Isabella Martin is...
Yes, Orlando, yes. It was the earthquake in 2010. Exactly. Thank you. Yep. And so they came here to seek asylum because of that, and a lot of them never left. They never left. Like, they've been here for years and years and years, and they just never left. So when does it end is all I'm asking, because I don't know. Let's continue.
In Little Haiti, live with what we know. Isabella.
Yeah, well, for many here in Little Haiti, the Supreme Court's ruling on TPS has sparked a lot of concern. That's why yesterday community members and advocates gathered to voice their concern.
Community leaders, immigration advocates, and Haitian families coming together in Little Haiti. In light of the Supreme Court's decision clearing the way for thousands of Haitian immigrants to potentially be deported, this woman who came from Haiti to the U.S. in 2005, among the many, devastated.
It is matter of life or death. This fight is not over.
The nation's highest court ruling in favor of the Trump administration, allowing temporary protected status, or TPS, to be taken away from some 350,000 Haitians. That ruling goes into effect July 1st. Advocates have argued that Haiti remains much too dangerous. With widespread violence, the U.S. State Department is still maintaining a do not travel advisory for the country.
This is really a sad day. This is a day that did not have to be.
Miami-Dade County Mayor Daniela Levine Cava, among those urging Congress to step in and help.
They are our working men and women. They are our business owners. They create jobs. They are fueling our basic industries.
One business owner arguing the impact will be widespread.
A lot of business owners, they come to me. Their employees are mostly immigrants, right, with TPS. So if they don't have immigrants working in their job, over 90% of their workforce will no longer be there.
On Fox News, a Department of Homeland Security official saying TPS should have been eliminated long ago.
The T in TPS stands for temporary, yet many of these designations go back decades. We have designations from 1998 for Hurricane Mitch that we're still trying to get rid of.
Wow.
And as of right now, July 1st is still that expected expiration date for TPS. For now, reporting live, I'm Isabella Martin, Local 10 News.
All right, so what do you guys think of that? You know, there are some people arguing that this shouldn't be happening. They're saying they're going to fight. I can't help look, and whether you agree or disagree, it says temporary. It is a temporary protected status. It's not for a lifetime. So I think a lot of people just got comfortable and they got over here and now they're saying, they're saying that there's a something put into place that you can't go to Haiti for whatever reason. But I find it interesting, that people can, and listen, I don't have a problem with immigrants coming into the country, but I'm saying, like, how can you argue with something that's supposed to be temporary? I thought it meant for a certain amount of time and until it's safe to go back to your, I don't think that that's a lifetime. But now they're arguing that it's not safe to go there to travel to Haiti. So that's a reason why they shouldn't be deported. But I mean, time is up. Like, how long are you supposed to just sit? Like, I'm just saying. And why is, can y'all tell me? Because listen, I don't really know. But I'm just asking questions. Why is it okay for people to come here on visas, temporary visas, to go to school or this type of temporary situation, and they never leave? They never leave. They just stay, and then they be here for 20 and 30 years, and then it's like, oh my God, they don't want to go, But I know there are going to be a lot of Haitian people who are, they're going to be out here protesting up in arms because they don't want to go. And I get it. I get it. And it's, they're going to create all kind of reasons as to why they shouldn't go. But I feel like this is the only country that you can do this type of stuff in. You can't go to other countries and do this, from what I gather. But, it is what it is. They're going to be out here protesting. And next thing you know, if not already, I can guarantee you they're going to be making videos talking about, where is the black people? Where's the American blacks? Why don't y'all sticking up for us and standing up for? That's what we're going to start seeing next. We're going to start seeing them come and asking why the American blacks ain't supporting and speaking out for them. Child, black people are tired. You know that video that be on Instagram where they say, leave black people alone. Leave black people. Stop messing with black. Just leave black people alone. Because we can't go run and save and help and protest for everybody when they don't do the same for us. Okay? And I was watching what's her name's video? Oh my God. I was watching what is her name? Oh my God. Take Heed. Take Heed. I was watching a clip of her video talking about this. And she pulled up, and I know some people might not like that, but she pulled up that Haitian woman who was on that podcast where she called Black Americans, dirty Black Americans. Remember I posted that. She said dirty Black Americans, yeah, because that's what y'all are. Y'all dirty Black Americans. She opened her mouth and said that, was all over social media, and she's Haitian. And this is, unfortunately, this is how some of those people feel about us. So it's like, why is it that the people who always have this disdain for us but be the very ones when something like this, when they start getting deported, they want us to start speaking out and running down the streets to support? Baby, we got our own issues to deal with. We got our own problems. So I'm just like, y'all fight and deal with it. I think that's part of the problem now. A lot of people run here for protections and they don't fix the issues that's happening in their own countries. Y'all should fight in your own countries. I'm just saying, I don't have a problem with people coming here. I'm just saying though, if you have temporary status here, it's not for a lifetime. You have to go back to your country at some point. And why don't y'all go over to y'all country and fight for your country and build your country up and try to get, something done the way we had. The people out here had to fight to get rights that Black Americans have now. So why isn't it that they don't do that in their places? I don't know. So that's all I'm saying. Listen, I don't have a problem with people coming here, but you got to follow what the rules are and what the laws are. Night Call, thank you for the super chat, says one question. What are the pro/benefits of our government to have immigrants stay beyond the temporary stay? Listen, they're saying that these are productive members of society. I don't doubt that and that they're working and stuff, but they're productive in this country, in this society, for who? Because let me know do Haitians employ Black Americans or do they employ other Haitians? If somebody could tell me that, let me know. Are they working to employ citizens of this country, or are they in business of helping their own people in this country? That's what I want to know. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you for the super chat. Jamil says Haitians need to worry about Wyclef stealing that money, baby. Thank you, Jamil 843 for the super chat. I appreciate you. But real question though. Thank y'all for the super chat. Do they employ Black American, like American people who are from this country, or do they employ their own folks? I don't know. I just think I really do think that we've opened the borders up way too much, to the point to where even when Black Americans, or not just Black Americans, citizens, not even Black, just citizens in this country were struggling financially, and there was no resources. But all of the immigrants, and I talked about this, were able to come in and flood the country till they had to get them out because they're taking over resources. And even citizens couldn't even get resources. A lot of children who depended on Medicaid were cut off the program so that they can make room for immigrants. And that was all over the news. And here in Texas, it was a big deal because a lot of the people who, children who qualified for that, they said it was an accident, but they were giving it to the immigrants. They were making way for the immigrants when the citizens couldn't even get anything. Where else? What other countries do that though? Do y'all know of any other countries who put immigrants before their citizens? I don't think any other country does that. But once again, there are going to be people all over social media trying to watch. Just watch what I tell you. People all over social media trying to get Black people to stand up and say something because it's going to be us next. That's what they say. But I don't, it's a whole situation. David, thank you for the super chat. Says they can go to South Africa. Probably could. David, thank you for the super chat. Child. Night Call says, second question. Is this happening / contained in the Haiti community, or is this for every immigrant community under TPS? I think they're saying this is for Haitian nationals and Syrians. They're ending their TPS for Haitian nationals and Syrians. Those are the ones who are going to be threatened with deportation because they're ended it and nothing can be done about it. They can't contest it. There might be some resources that they may have, but they're contesting it starting July 1st. They're saying that if they have driver's license in this country, those licenses are going to be ended, expired. So they wouldn't be able to drive. They won't have valid driver's licenses. The next thing, they're going to be deporting them. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Jamil says, if Miami is any indication, just their own. Oh, okay. I mean, that's what I kind of thought, Jamil. I kind of thought that. So, I mean, when they say they're working and they have families, that's great. And things of that nature. But shouldn't you like kind of prepare for this? It was inevitable. They're not, that TPS was not for a lot. It wasn't for you to just be here forever. It's got to come to an end at some point. That's all I'm saying. And I do understand the circumstances and the situations that are happening in their country, but why are we always the saviors for everybody else? And there are people here struggling. I remember, people here struggling with rent. Rent was going through the roof, and all these things are happening in this country where we're facing issues within our own country, and we can't run nowhere to get help. And we don't get no help, and then people always running here to get help. I just find that very interesting. That's all. Thank you, Jamil, once again. I find it interesting. That's all. Haitians are stuck up most of the time. Oh my God. And I just, so yeah, for people who are gonna have, their families are gonna be disrupted in this country, they're gonna have to they go back to their own countries. I don't know what else to say, but that's what's happening. But I know because they're saying they're going to fight, and I'm like, how are you going to fight? The ruling or you can't change it. They've done it in such a way where you can't change it. It is what it is. They're gonna have to go. That's what it is. So I don't know what they're gonna do to try to stop it. I don't know, and I do think it's I guess it could be a horrible situation because you got to uproot your children and you got to go and all this kind of stuff. But you knew that it was temporary in the first place. It wasn't meant for a lifetime. So you that's all I'm saying. So I don't want to get too deep into that because Nike also say why just in those two communities if this staying beyond temporary stay is likely in all other communities, why the tunnel vision? So why just in those two communities if this staying beyond temporary stay is likely in all the other communities, why the tunnel vision? I mean, I have no clue, Nightcall. Look, they're saying these people gotta go. They were on the not too long ago, they were on the what's those people? Them people with the funny hairlines. What do they call y'all? I don't be knowing. What's their names? They were on them and deporting them out of here also. And going after them after the scandal, after that, the so-called the crimes that they were supposed to be happening. What are these people? What are those people with the bad hairlines and stuff? I forget. But they were on them, deporting them. It was all of the other deportations. A lot of the people in this country voted for Donald Trump based on the idea that he was going to do these mass deportations. A lot of these people voted him for that very reason. They felt like it was too many people in the country, too many illegal people in the country, and they voted on that. They voted to have for these mass deportations. A lot of Mexicans voted, but they didn't realize that he was going to deport them. I don't know how they didn't know that, but it started there. So he basically had been saying for the longest, he's gonna, if you're illegal in this country or whatever, you're here illegally, you're getting out. So it started there. So now I guess they're moving to the next groups of people, So now they're saying it's the Syrian and these Haitians. And I don't know maybe their other ones are going to be next. I don't know. This is just what the ruling is, and people are going to have a problem with it. Somalians, thank you, David. Oh my God, I couldn't think about it for nothing. Then some of the Somalis were being deported. So, I guess they're going to go from group to group to group. I don't know. I just know that a lot of people are for this, and a lot of people voted for this type of thing. And a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people did vote on the basis that he would deport a lot of these. First, it was illegal immigrants, but then it changed to something else. So it is what it is, So I guess we'll see how this turns out. But and it's unfortunate for those folks. But once again, this is called a TPS. It's a temporary protected status. Whoever is under it, I don't know who's all under it, but whoever is in it, it's not something that you're supposed to just it never is supposed to just everlasting. You know, you got to understand that, hey, at some point they may want you to go because it was supposed to be temporary. Jamil 843, thank you for the super chat, says, DeeDee, you blunt, girly, and Crip Secure YouTubers of the year so far. Listen, I'm not. I don't know. I'm just like, I don't know all the answer shit. I'm just reading the news, and I just have a slight opinion. You know, I don't know what the hell all these people do. All I know is, hell, the thing was temporary. Y'all not supposed to think y'all could stay here forever. Shit. You gotta go. You gotta go. That's all. It wasn't meant for you to like some people overstay their visas, right? Your visa is here for a specific amount of time. When that time is up, you got to understand they might want you to leave or you renew it or whatever you got to do. But a lot of people been here for 20, 30 years and they're illegal. A lot of these people were illegally in this country for 30 years and they was crying because they say they raised their children here and all this. But you got to understand, you weren't supposed to be here 20 and 30 years. That's what I'm saying. But it was left unchecked. Nobody was checking for it. And then finally the day came when they start checking for it. And then you crying out in the streets like you didn't know you weren't supposed to be here. That's all. So, I mean, just like, everybody got to be held accountable for their actions and what they do. It's no different because you're an immigrant. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you. That's it. Don't act like it's a surprise. Now, for people who have gone through the process, and I said this before, for people who have gone through the process and you did all your paperwork and things like that, I think it would be unfair to send them back because they did the work. They put in the work and did whatever the process is to be a legal citizen. If you did the work and you're here the right way, I don't think that though. Now, if they were deporting people who have done that, I don't agree with that. I think that if you've done what you were supposed to do the right way, you should be able to stay here because you followed the procedure. You followed the protocol. But for the ones who you didn't do that or you're here for temporary status or whatever, you know that temporary status has to end. It's not everlasting. That's all. That's all. So once again, just pay attention. You're going to have people on social media asking for black people to come out and march and support. Watch. Just watch. We're going to see it. We're going to see it. But it's hard to even think to go that way when you got people of that descent who call us dirty black Americans. I'm just saying. Dirty black Americans out the gate. Like, oh my God, this is how y'all think. Everybody who thinks we ain't shit be the very ones want us to support. And like, no, black people are tired. Just leave black people be. Go support for yourself. That's all I'm saying. But anyway, let's move on, y'all, because I ain't going to sit here and harp on this. I just want to bring that to the table and get y'all thoughts. And I see what y'all saying. Let's see. A lot of the time, foreign policy in other countries or nation have a crooked government. Haitians are not all bad because I know, I don't think that, I'm not saying they're bad. I don't think I'm not calling people bad. I'm just saying, you know, you got to look at it for what it is. It's not about people being bad. I just think it's, you know, if you know that this was a temporary situation, shouldn't you make plans to try to do something else when this finally comes to an end? That's all. The same way I feel about people who are on Section 8. Okay? People who are on Section 8, you know that at any time, those people could take you off. Section 8 is supposed to be a temporary fix to help you get on your feet so you can get to a better place. But they be on there for a lifetime and they pass it down to their children, some of them. I don't agree with that either because I just think it's not meant for welfare. Government assistance is not meant for you to just stay on there till you you old and die and pass it to your children. No, it's a means to help you get to a better place. It's not meant for you to stay on there forever, but a lot of people just sit there and they just coast, getting that little bit of money, and they don't want to work and they don't want to do nothing to better themselves. And you just sit there and you get it, because it's a handout, and you never do anything to better yourself. Same thing. You should, if you're going to use the assistance, use it to get to a better place. And then when it's over, you're not shocked and appalled and trying to make excuses as to why you should keep getting it. Haitians are not all bad because I know some personally, the Mexican people don't always pay attention. Let's see. David says the Democrats need them votes for election. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, David. I appreciate you. Let's see. Nightcall says, so if they overstay their welcome, TPS, what does that mean for any of the children born in the U.S.? Doesn't that mean the children are citizens? Now, they were talking about what they call, I don't know if that's what they call tethers. They were talking about children who were born here. Child, I think they going to deport them children too. I don't know for sure, but I think they're talking about deporting the children as well. If the parents go, the children going to have to go too. I think that's what they're saying. I could be wrong, but hey, look into it. I think they were saying too that are they all going to have to go? And I think that's what a lot of people disagree with too, because if the parents who were here on temporary status and you had children, your children going to probably have to go with you because they can't leave the kids here. That's what I think they're saying, but I look, I could be wrong. But yeah, anchor babies, they call them the anchor babies, and they're stopping that too, because we literally seen like a documentary of people who come to this country. The women come to the country at 8 months pregnant or right close to their due date so they can have the baby in this country. And so now they were stopping that as well. So now a lot of these women were met at the airport, like at the airport, when they were, coming to, to come into the country, they were stopping them. And they were doing some investigation, and they were stopping that because they want to stop that as well. How people just, come into the country just to have their baby so that their children can be citizens. And that's a reasoning for them to be here as well. So they're trying to stop that anchor baby stuff too. Thank you, Nightcall. I appreciate you. Thank you, Ryan, for anchor baby. Because my mind be going blank, y'all. I don't hone in on politics often, and sometimes I forget the terminology. But thank y'all for that. Thank you for the super chat, Nightcall 411. Yeah, it's unfortunate because this has become those people's homes. This is all they know. But I'm just saying, like, I think they've been able to just, kind of be here and not have to worry about that for years and years. And now it's coming to a head, and now they're kind of panicking. They're kind of panicking because who wouldn't? I would panic too. But I mean, I'm just like, you can't go in any other country and do this though. You can't go to no other country and just overstay your visa, they ready to boot you right back out. They don't allow that. This is the only place that you are allowed to do that. And I think it's gotten out of hand. When what's his name, Biden opened the borders and let all them people come in, that was just not good. That was a hot mess. That was really a hot mess. I'm just saying. But anyway, hopefully they can work something out, and hopefully, it works out for them, and hopefully they don't separate. I wouldn't want them to separate children from their parents. Now, I wouldn't want to see that, but hopefully they can do it in a way, or however they're going to do it, because they're going to do it. They can do it in a way that is not, that is feasible for folks, that is not just, like catch and grab. I just, But anyway, let's move on. So I want to move on to this LeVar Ball situation, you guys. So I didn't even know who LeVar Ball was, but he's an American businessman who is the co-founder and chief executive officer of a sports apparel company called Big Baller Brand. I had no knowledge of him, but I do know who he is now. And he's also the founder of the now defunct Junior Basketball Association. He is a father of professional basketball guards Lonzo and LaMelo Ball, the latter active for the Minnesota Timberwolves, while LiAngelo, his second son, is signed with Def Jam as a hip-hop recording artist, and he has a lot of more accolades as well. So this man is in the news, y'all. What's going on, Successful MD? Says, peace to all, Dee. I saw Successful MD. I saw it. I saw the picture. I saw the hairline. It didn't look bad. I saw it, the whole thing. I did. Thank you, Successful MD. I appreciate you. Yes, sir. I did. And I read what you said, and I get it. I see where you're coming from for sure. Thank you for sending me that. I didn't think you was actually going to send it, but I appreciate it. Thank you. And thank you for the super chat. Thank you so much for being here. So LeVar Ball is in the news because, people are weighing in on the fact that his wife of 30 years decided to leave him, right? This is interesting because a lot of times we speak to these types of situations, but this is an actual one that we could actually reference and look at. And so he's been with his wife for 30 years. he talks about in one interview how his wife had a massive stroke, right? And he was by her side. Even there's video footage. I don't know if he has some type of reality show, but there's video footage of him actually nursing his wife back to health. So he nursed her back to health when she was having health issues. And now, you know, I'm not sure why his leg had to be amputated, but his leg is amputated. And I don't know if that is the sole reason why she's leaving him. But for whatever reason, she's leaving her husband. There's something to be said about that, in my opinion. And part of that is why so many men are skeptical about marriages and getting married these days, because even after 30 years, your wife could still up and decide she wants something else, right? She thinks the grass is green on the other side. She's tired of your BS, whatever it is. It's never really about the vows that you made. It's never really about for better or worse, sickness and health, till death do you part. It's always about till I get tired, till I'm done and I'm out. And men don't see it that way. So I want to play a little bit of what he had to say. Ghost Introvert, thank you for the super chat, says women today are not loyal. Dating and marriage is gone. I agree. Unfortunately, I agree. Ghost Introvert, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. A lot of dads look up to him regardless, right? This is crazy, but check this out, y'all.
You know, with my wife, you know, who Tina decided to go her own way. That's why you don't see it right here. But she want to go do something else, that's fine with me. We had our run. So even though she had the stroke and getting older, she would never be like, oh man, she was always beautiful in my eyes until you say, I want to go do something else.
Yeah.
Now you're not as beautiful to me again. And the fact that if you decide to go this way, I'm gonna go that way, that's fine.
That's deep.
It is what it is, man. And like I said, anytime you can find somebody you can stay in love with for a long time, or for one day or whatever, if you can witness that love, that's good. I had that with her. And I found somebody else, but it is what it is.
Wait, who?
No need to worry. And you know what?
So there you have it. He's moved on. It is what it is. He can't force her to stay. You can't make a woman stay. She want to leave. She want to leave. But I think more men, this is why I say men are more loyal than women when it comes to commitment in marriage. It's a fact. This is why most women leave the marriages and men will stay. But then they're like, why would you stay if you're unhappy? Men understand it's not just about his being unhappy or being happy all the time. That it's ebb and flow. It's a part of the course. It's a part of the commitment that you make, that you're honoring and vowing before God and to this person that you're going to love them in spite of. You're going to work with them through it all to the end. If you don't, that's why I said before, if you don't think you can do that, don't get married. Just stay single. Why is that so hard? But a lot of people are very selfish. You want your cake and eat it too. You want marriage, commitments, loyalty, all of that, and you still want to do whatever you want to do too, you know. And so I just don't get married if you don't think you could be committed to somebody for the rest of your life. Just stay single then. Shit, that way you're not involving anybody else. You just you're doing you, and you don't have nobody to answer to. You don't have to worry about that. You can move through life. If it's the woman and you want to have a bunch of men, you can do that. If it's a dude, you can have a bunch of hoes if you want to do that. And you don't have to worry about answering to somebody. Do your own thing, and you don't. What's the point of? I never understood the point of getting married just to go cheat. How does that make sense? If you know you want a bunch of women, why lock one woman down and cheat on her constantly, and now she's obligated to sit there and deal with that? That's some bullshit. Same way with the man. If you gonna get with this man for the wrong reasons, knowing you really don't want to be with him, and you attracted to other men. And then you get with him because financial reasons, because that's the real reasons why a lot of women marry certain men, for the financial benefit. So you only there for that. And then when that's not good, you ready to leave. Or while you with him, because you don't want him like that, you dipping and doing it with Johnny, Ronnie, Bobby, Ricky, Mike, Pookie, Ray Ray, and whoever else. They don't be loyal in the first place. You just there for your own financial gain. That's it. A lot of these women be with these successful men like this for their money. And they ride the time. They'll ride for 30 years and still don't really be loyal. This goes to show you. That's why I say, I love marriage. I love, the commitment aspect. I love it with the right person. You don't just do that for anybody. But I'm just saying, like, these women don't be loyal. They don't be loyal. They ain't loyal. They don't be loyal. They be with these men because these men are successful. Women go after the opportunity. They're the opportunists. You want the money. And then when you done and tired and you don't think about your side of it, you don't think, damn, over 30 years, you ain't no young whippersnapper. Who you think I want to be with you at this point? Shit. Who do you think at this age is going to wife you up or treat you like your husband? You going to go out here going from ding-a-ling to ding-a-ling to ding-a-ling, and that's it. Ain't nobody going to take you serious. You too old to be out here jumping from your husband after 30 years thinking you going to go out here and find the best thing ever. It don't work like that. That's why I be saying a lot of these women be making mistakes in how they be moving. And you need to just stay with your husband and work it out, baby. Because ain't nobody else trying to be with you. They'll take that cougar down. Yeah, they'll snap that cougar cheeks. But they not trying to be with you seriously or do all this shit for you that you all be looking for, that you feel like you missing out on something with your husband. And then you wait till y'all are on a decline. Y'all are getting older. I don't know how the man lost his leg, but the man had lost one of his legs, but he's still getting around. He still look active to me. He'll be fine. She had a massive, a stroke? Was she a massive stroke? Like those things, you think other people want to deal with you at this point in life? Do you think other men gonna look at you and be like, oh, she the prize at that age and with health issues and all of that? No, that's when I don't understand going 30 years and then walking away. If it wasn't an abusive situation, what's the point of walking away? What else you think you gonna get? What type of greener pastures you think you about to get? Because I could, a blind man could tell you ain't nothing out there for you, especially at that age. Like, what did they be thinking? But anyway, to each his own. They feel like they can do better. I don't know what the better is out there for you. I'm just saying. Night Call 411, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, I think the situation is very similar to Kamora and Russell Simmons' marriage. A quarter of the marriage, 5 to 7 years, they were separated but lived together in separate rooms. Oh wow, yeah. He got Kamora when she was young, real young. Okay, when she was real young. And she saw an opportunity because he had money, okay? And they're talking about, these older men go for these younger women. Yeah, because they want the young women. The younger women want them for their money, child. And then when they get older and they can't get the money or the money gets funny, they're ready to jump ship. I agree. That situation is very similar. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you once again. Night Call, once again, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate your support, bro. Says, but kept up the optics. They looked like they were together in public because they had shared investments. Yep. And if they could stay together several more years, both could divorce with more money once they separated their assets. Right. No lies detected. It really just be for the money, and once again, you have older women flipping out because these men go after younger women, but y'all forget these younger women go after these older men for their money. Like, so they don't have a problem with it. But once again, I look at the older men. I'm like, y'all so blinded by this young coochie. Y'all want these young coochie because that's what it really is. You attract to these young girls, their bodies and all. You want that young vagina. You want these young girls for that type of attention. Let's just be real. And you going at them so hard, but not realizing that or maybe they do realize these women just want them for their money. But eventually that's gonna catch up to you. Then you start having kids with them and you marry them. Eventually they're going to be filing for child support and want a divorce and want spousal support, and they're trying to get millions of dollars from you. Y'all, a lot of times they put themselves in these positions. You can't be an old man, even if you are rich, not understand that a lot of these women are only after you for your money. These young women don't want these old curmudgeon men, even though these men just have money. They be repulsed by them, but they'll still sleep with them because they know that's what they want. So you got to sleep with them so you can get what you want. But they be repulsed by. Did y'all see Kamora Lee's daughter was dating that old ass man? Her daughter was following in her footsteps, dating that old man. They broke up, but she was all on the beach with this old man, looked like her damn grandpa. But she was trying to get the man to buy her things and he just wasn't doing it. She posted videos about it. Talking about, can we go over to Cartier and trying to get him to go to the stores? And he was like, nah, he didn't want to do that. That man wasn't trying to spend. He knew what was up. They ended up breaking up, but she was with that old man. I'm like, child. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. It's a hot mess out in these streets, but these women don't be innocent, is all I'm saying. Successful MD says they want the luxury and comfort at home mentally. They want a pogo stick lifestyle, but are left recycled with no value. BBLs don't reverse body counts. Child. I know that's right. Thank you, Successful MD. They surely don't. It is what it is, child. Jamil says Russell Simmons don't count. He's I didn't say it, you did. Thank you, Jamil. I appreciate you, child. Night Call says, Dee, keep in mind, most women today no longer value marriage. They don't. The idea of marriage is number 19 out of 8 of important things in a woman's life. So why wouldn't a woman divorce when there's more benefits? But this is why, thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Once again, thank you so much for the support. But this is why I say, you can't be blinded by the booty and the beauty, because some men look over that. They're like, well, if I could get what I want out of the situation, it's all good. I have the money. I don't mind paying until it matters, until it catches up to you, until they start lying on you. Because in a lot of these situations, the women end up claiming abuse. Y'all ever noticed that? They'll be with the man for years. And they be smiling and looking happy, and y'all got children, and you never say that he was abusive until the end, till you ready to leave. Now you know you need something major to kind of be an aid in you getting the money that you want out of him. You can't just walk away because you're not going to get as much. So now you got to claim abuse. You got to claim something happened and he did this for you for years, even though you stayed and never heard anything about it till you was ready to leave. Now you got to claim that so you can take him for all that you want to take from him. And this is why I be like, these men who have this type of money and these assets are walking, y'all are walking targets. And you got to be a little bit smarter when you're dealing with these types of women. When you're trying to get what you want out of these women, you got to be a little bit smarter. And I would say, don't get them pregnant. Don't marry them. Don't marry them. Don't get them pregnant. Keep cameras around. Have somebody recording all of your actions. So she can't make up story. Be mindful, or just don't fool with them. But it is what it is. Thank you. Night Call says, I bet the balls have been separated for several years. The balls. That was kind of funny. I bet the balls have been separated. That's funny, my man, y'all. I'm sorry. I bet the balls have been separated for several years and just kept quiet. All their investments were handled mature. Right. Probably right. They probably have been. And we just finding out about it now. Right. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Yo, it's Eric TV. What's going on? Says, hi, D. Looking lovely as always. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for the super chat. Yo, it's Eric TV in the building. Y'all crazy, though. But, yeah, they probably were separated, child. We just hearing about it. We don't be knowing what's going on until they decide to tell us. So they probably have been, marriage is I just think 30 years is a waste. You be with somebody for 30 years and then you just walk away. Like, don't you, I don't see after 30, after 30, hell, me and my husband, we getting close to the 30-year mark. Thank God. We're getting close to the 30-year mark and of being together. And baby, let me tell you something. What's the point? Why would I want to leave after all that? All this time and history together and children and why would I want to leave at this point? If I was going to leave, I would have left year 1, year 2 before we get too far deep in. Like, come on now. Why 30 years? What are you ending? You're older? No, I would have left year 1, year 2, somewhere around there while I'm still young. And I could possibly go get another man if that's what I wanted. Why you wait till you get old and walk away? Like, what the heck? Like, what what was so bad is what I would like to know. I'm a little curious as to what was so bad that after that you dealt with it for 30 years, and then after 30 years you leave. I would rather you leave, when you started seeing the foolishness that you just said, oh, this is just a non-negotiable. I don't care. I took the vows, but I got to get out of this because it's just too stressful, and get out of it while you still young and you can still date. Why wait till you get old with health issues? Both of y'all know this is the time y'all supposed to band together and help each other because y'all old and y'all got health issues. That's the whole point of having somebody in your life, so when you get to your old age, y'all could share in the health issues and the issues and all of this stuff. Y'all could help each other. Because anybody outside of that is not going to want to deal with your health issues. Nobody is going to want to come right into just your situation and be involved with that. I don't understand it. I don't see the point after 30 years. I don't. I think you should have figured out a long time ago if you could deal with that person that maybe you thought you could, and then you realized you couldn't. Do that early on. Don't wait. I wouldn't wait till you get, for what? Why would I don't understand that anyway. I don't understand that. Yeah, it's just crazy. I just 30 years? Like, come on. Yours Eric TV says, could be a money play. He could now do podcasts. A money play on her part or his part? Because she left him. She decided to leave after 30 years. So, I mean, I could see him. He could do things. Things could be. A lot of times, the men always, it works out for the men in many cases. Even though they might go through something, they end up on top. And the women are the ones who usually struggling. Remember, the men are the ones who are usually the breadwinners in these situations, or usually the more successful ones financially. So they always bounce back. Even if they had to pay child support or alimony or whatever, they end up bouncing back. And a lot of times they even get remarried. But when we see there's a history of the women who leave, they end up struggling when it comes to relationships and money. You can just look at a lot of these people who have divorced their husbands. They be struggling financially and sometimes need the help of the ex-husband. But man, I just don't feel like after 30 years, why would you leave? If I didn't leave year 1, 2, I'm not leaving once we hit 30, 25, 30 years. What's the point? That don't make no sense. We're going to have to figure it out. Yours Eric TV, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, if leave me after 30, going met Jesus, I take them vows seriously. Until death do us part, this why I'm single. Let them know I'm crazy certified. Child. Yeah, I think it's just a waste of time to leave your husband after 30 years. Doesn't make any sense. Yours Eric TV. Thank you once again for the super chat. I appreciate you. You might as well stay there. Y'all toward the end anyway. What's the point of leaving? It's like you might as well finish that thing on out. You might as well get what you came for. Why? What's the point? Anyway, I don't know. Yours Eric TV again says on his part, now he go in the what you trying to say, manosphere space? I think that's what you're trying to say. Yeah, I mean, child, maybe he could. He certainly could, right? I think the men could always bounce back. The women are the ones who typically have the problems. And I'm not saying every woman that leaves her husband is just down in the dumps, but a lot of them have financial issues, remember, because they're not the breadwinners. They're the ones who got with the man who was already successful, and he if he was successful once, he can continue to do it. He can find a new avenue, a new way to be successful, because that's what he does. The women are the ones who end up struggling and then, still need financial support and always struggle with finding other husbands. But a lot of these men end up remarrying. Shit, I bet that man could remarry with that one leg and everything. I bet. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm just saying. Lavar already got someone younger. Bam, bam, bam. See what I'm saying? Your girl know what she be talking about. I'm just saying. I don't know everything. Shit, I don't know some stuff. But I'm just saying, y'all, I be knowing what I be talking about with this kind of shit. I'm telling you. I just said it. I didn't even know that, Blue X. I said I wouldn't be surprised because it's a history. We see it. The men usually could bounce back financially and get a woman. The women struggle with the money and the man. I told y'all, child. So that's why, like, why leave, girl? You setting yourself up for failure. You setting yourself up for failure. 87 Stephen X, thank you for the super chat, says, my uncle got married and had kids, okay? His wife took the kids and left him, child. They did not see each other for over 45 years. Are you serious? 2019 on his deathbed, here she comes out the blue and hating on his woman of 30 years. Girl, you got to be kidding me. This is some crazy stuff, y'all. That's so. Uncle got married and had kids. His wife took the damn kids and left him. Did the kids see him? Did they not see him in all that time? Oh, they did not see each other. So they didn't see each other. But did the kids see him? And over 40. This is crazy as hell. And then on his deathbed, here she comes. Will she want some of that insurance money? What you want? This is insane. But this, see what I'm saying? That's why I say I know the mindset of a lot of women, child. And y'all know the mindset of men. And a lot of these women are batshit crazy. I'm just saying. Thank you for the super chat, 87 Stephen X. Child, this is what's going on, Danny Boy News. How are you? Night Call says, DeeDee, personally, do you think the state should do like the Philippines and make divorce illegal minus DV and SA? Ooh, that's a good question. Ooh, the minus DV and SA? Yes. Why not? Because it's a commitment that you made and a vow that you made before God. It's what till death do you part. So yes, because you know why? This will stop a lot of these frivolous divorces. It will stop these women from marrying these guys for their money and then dipping out. You stay with them 5 years or a few years or whatever, then you dip out and want to take everything or lie on them and claim DV or SA and then get the money. So yes. So now you gonna have to think real hard of whether you want to marry this person or not. Before you gonna have to think, because you ain't gonna be able to get out of it. I do. Yes. Why not? If you made that commitment and you said it's what you want, then you need to stay in it. Now, while I'm saying yes, you know what that might prompt? That might prompt a lot of deletions. I'm just saying. Just a thought. Because if they think, oh, I can't get out of the marriage like that, ooh, I'm gonna get out of it another way. I'm gonna have to, people might start come up missing, or you know what I'm saying? Some mysterious deaths might occur, because that'd be the only way you could get out of it. So I don't know. That might prompt something else, because out of desperation, people do crazy stuff. So that might prompt that. Who knows? But because if you forced to stay, then you might do some strange things to try to get out of it. That might prompt some other craziness. But I just think it will make people think twice before they go and sign that marriage, sign on for marriage. You got to be real serious about wanting to be married and committed for the rest of your life. So there'll probably be less marriages too, because now you just can't go marry somebody for their money and not with the right intentions, because you're going to be stuck with them for real. You can't just wake up one morning and say, oh, I feel like this doesn't serve me anymore, I'm out. No, you going to have to stay in it. So in that respect, I would say yes, but I think it may prompt some other craziness as well. But I just think, once again, there will be less marriages. People wouldn't just jump in and get married just to take somebody's money or for the wrong reason, and then claim, irreconcilable differences, or claim, something like DV or SA, or they'll be trying to set them up to make it seem like they're in a, domestic situation to try to get out of it. So they'll try to manipulate and do things, but they do that anyway. They already do it now. But it might be a little harder if it was like that, child. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. He already had a new woman as we. Damn, that's I figured it though. Success Family says they actually waste all the money from the divorce, right? And then they need more. I mean, there's so many instances of women who have left and divorced their husbands and got money. Common is the one that comes to mind, the rapper Common. Him and his wife, I think her name LaShonda, if I'm not LaShonda or something. He gave her so many millions. I forget exactly the exact amount, but he gave her millions when they divorced, right? Just gave her the money. She went through that money, baby, and tried to come back to get more. As they typically do. This is why I say they're not the breadwinners. And so when you walk away, you still need financial assistance. Even though Common gave this woman millions of dollars in a divorce, he gave it to her. And thinking that this should suffice. You could turn that, go work, get a business or something, and add on to that. She spent all that money allegedly and then was looking for more and couldn't get it. So now he's with Alicia Keys. Now, somebody who has her own money, and they seem to be working out fine. I've heard some rumors about that, but hey, they're still married. And now they're all in a good space. But yeah, she went through that money too. That's typically what happens. And then they try to come back and want more, but you can't. He gave you a bunch of money, didn't argue, didn't try to fight against it, gave it to you. And she ran through it and came back trying to get more and couldn't. So, child, it's just crazy. Blue X, what's going on? Says DeeDee rocking the Toni Braxton hairstyle. Y'all think my hair look like Toni Braxton? I've been wearing my hair like this for years before I grew it out. And I just kind of went back a little bit. But now I'm going to grow it back out, child. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep the shortcut. But it's convenient because I don't have to do much to it. I love that, though. I'll probably have some braids in really soon. So, child, when y'all see braids, don't be like, girl, where you get that hair from? Because I like braids. It's convenient. But this is convenient. I don't have to do much. But when it starts to growing, it's going to be in an awkward stage and I ain't going to know what to do with it. So I'm going to probably throw some braids in there because that's convenient for me being a busy mom. I ain't got time to be messing with no hair. I'm just saying. I know y'all be like, oh, she got that fake hair. Oh, good job. You will see it. Oh, trust me. But thank you. I appreciate that, though. I love Toni Braxton hair back in the day. That's part of the reason why I wanted to cut my hair way then. Toni Braxton, who else? Nia Long, all the girlies with the short hair. I loved short hair. Love short hair. So I actually rocked short hair. When I met my husband, my hair was short. I wore short. My hair was short. This is how he met me. My hair was short like this. So he loves it. He don't care what I do to my hair, though. But anyway, I'm going on a tangent, y'all. Yeah, he don't care what I do. He like whatever I do to my hair. Trust me. He don't care if it's a wig. He don't care if it's short. He don't care if it's long. He don't care at all. He like whatever I do to it. He just be like, dang, girl, every time I come home, it's a new you, a new person. Like, yeah, he does not care what I do to my hair. He loves it all. And I love that about him. So yeah, he don't care. He never cared. He like whatever I do. And I love that. But anyway, Yois Eric TV says wouldn't work since now they say you can grape your wife now. What? They can financially grape the husbands though. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's child. I've heard some stuff about that too, but child, we not gonna get it. That's a whole another video. Thank you, Yois Eric TV once again. All right, y'all. So we gonna move on. Unbreak my heart, say you love me again. Ooh, undo this pain that you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Let me shut up before they be trying to copyright me. Oh my God, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm crazy today. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know. I must have got some sleep. I don't know. I'm on 10 today for some reason. Maybe I drank too much coffee. I don't know, y'all. But anyway, thank y'all. Say you love me again. Undo this pain that you caused when you walked out the door and walked out of my life. Uncry these tears. Cried so many nights, unbreak my heart. That is my song, though. I ain't gonna lie. Anyway. All right. Let's move on, you guys. So now I want to move on. Let's get into the foolishness. Hit the like button, by the way. Hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, y'all. Make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Please hit the like button. I want to move on to this next topic. While I'm pulling this up, make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. So I want to play this little clip from the tonight's conversation of what this woman is saying as it relates to men being providers, y'all. So we gonna hop into it. Your husband's cute to sing of the family. Oh, you're wrong for that, Blue X. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. You being shady. Why you being shady? He said, oh, your husband is clearly, honey, clearly the singer in the family, of the family. And the musician, okay, Mike Nice. I mean, no lies detected, though. No lies detected. Hell, y'all ain't lying. Let's move on. I want y'all to hear what this woman is asking and listen to the responses, and y'all let me know what y'all think in the chat. All right? Let's get into it. Here we go.
There was a man that I came across that talked about relationships, and he said, quote, I personally feel like when it comes to men who are providers, that pool has shrunken. That means that for me, when it comes to these fathers who are providers, it's hard for them to, not hard for them, but those fathers there's not enough fathers to teach the younger boys, sons, to be providers, because this pool apparently has shrunken, which is why it is hard for women to find the right partner who are good providers. What are your thoughts on this?
So hold on. Okay, so I'm clear. What we're talking about is the number of men who can be sole providers has shrunken in 2025.
Do you want me to like say it again? Like
No, I got it. So you're basically saying that compared to what it used to be,
yeah,
that the pool of men that can be a sole provider in a family has shrunken. Therefore, the children are not taught the lessons to be sole providers.
Yes.
So then it continues to shrink. Or eggs is like $16 right now. like, you know what I'm saying? Like, or the level in which it means to be upper middle class don't even mean anything anymore. I think the pool of people on this earth, in this country, did I get the question right?
You did. I mean,
But let me chime in real quick. Now I want y'all to answer this for me. Please hit the like button. So basically, she's saying a man said that the pool of men who are providers, and I think she means sole providers, is shrinking because men are not teaching their sons to be sole providers. Now listen, do you guys in the chat, do y'all believe that men in this day and age, and be honest, should be sole providers? Should the man work and level up to be able to be the sole provider, pay all of the bills, no matter, and on top of this, because these women that aren't housewives, let's just get that straight. These women aren't traditional women at all. So do you think, first off, that men in this society should be sole providers, and should they teach their sons to be sole providers, no matter who the woman is, no matter whether the woman is traditional or modern? Would you teach your sons to be sole providers, no matter what type of woman it is? But that's his role and that's his goal, to fully take on all of the financial load, with the consideration that his woman is gonna want a soft girl life. She's gonna want to take trips. She's gonna want all this stuff that she see on social media. Should a man be raised and taught to give that to his woman? And would you do it now in this day and age? And would you teach your sons to do it? I'm looking. Let's see. I'm looking at the responses. Nurse the woman back to health, and look what she do. G. Look what she do. What pool she's going to? Let me see. The pool of men who wants to is more like it, especially after the Lavar situation. 1997, she looked older than 29. Wait, being a provider male is a scam. What's going on, Trey? Trey says it's a scam, child. Uh-oh. Trey into the chat. What's going on, Trey? Night Call says, but if single mothers are the archetype for boys, and men in 2026, can a single mother teach or show a boy how to be a provider for a family as a man? Can a single mother teach a Hell no, hell no. Can a single mother teach show a boy how to be a provider in a family as a man? Hell no. No, she cannot. And right, these are the people who are raising the children. So why they bring in the fathers? Most child, hell no. I don't think they could teach them anything. Night call. Thank you for the super chat. Nope, it's a scam. Even the Bible says 100. I would teach him not to be a sucker. There we go. Hell no. Probably not sole provider, maybe majority of the finances, but she should chip in. All right, that's reasonable. No, if society is no longer traditional and women are no longer traditional, why would I teach my son traditional values that were not applied to the world today? Child, oh my God, night call. I mean, straight up. Oh my God, that makes all the sense in the world. Thank you, God. Thank God. Yes. I mean, come on. These women are trying to finesse. They think they slick. They know they losing. They know the hell they losing. They losing. No, some chicks want their own place and for you to pay bills at both places. I know you lying. Brian McFarland, hell to the no. At least chip it right. At least chip in. I think that's reasonable. Facts. Teach him not to be a simp beta. Straight up. She can only teach him. She can only teach him to be. She's capping. She can't be only 29. She can only teach him to be a son husband. Right. Hell no. I definitely agree with y'all saying. I don't think we're not in a traditional society. I don't think most men aren't teaching their sons to be sole providers. No, y'all both got to get up and work, baby. It takes two. And I do, depending on what you're looking for, if you make the majority of the money, then maybe you would pay the majority of the bills. Hell, if she make the majority of money, damn it, she paid the majority of the goddamn bills. Why not? Hell, if you don't want to be at home. Half of them don't want to be at home cooking and cleaning because they equate that to slavery. So get out and work. And if you want to go work, then you gotta pay some damn bills. Well, come on. No, it does. Yeah. It just don't make no sense. Let's continue, child.
I understood it.
So if you still don't understand, it's pretty much me saying a man said that he feels that the reason why women are having difficulty finding the right providers is because the father figures that should be teaching their sons to be the right providers. This particular pool has shrunken.
And I'm saying,
not from me,
but what you mean the right providers? No. The women need to teach their daughters how to be the right type of women for the men that they want to be providers. See, the women are one-sided. They want providers, and the right type of provider means he just pay everything and do everything. While you continue to be a boss chick and feel your way through life and feel like you don't have to do anything. You don't have to be what he needs you to be. But he has to be the right type of provider. The right type of provider means he pays it all. He paid for the trips, the everything, the bills, everything. While you still work, though, you don't want to be a man is a provider for a wife and a family. If he chooses to, and if he wants a wife that's at the home to take care of the kids in the house, then he's going to go and work and he's going to decide, hey, I don't mind paying the bills if he can afford to do it. He goes out and he pays the bills because he wants to have his wife and his kids at home. He wants that security of knowing his wife is at the home. He don't have to worry about a meal. He don't have to worry about his kids, anybody watching his kids. He has that security. And she doesn't have to worry about the financial aspect because he's got that covered. That's what that provide. That's what that's for. If both of y'all working, y'all both can provide. Y'all both can chip in. And like I said, and I do agree with Blue X. If he's paying them more, but she's chipping in because she's working, and y'all work together, I don't see anything wrong with that. But these women are losing. No, why would men, responsible men, who are teaching their sons, teach their sons to just come in and pay it all for a woman who's not going to give him what he needs? That don't make no sense to me. A sole provider means that you have a traditional woman. That's what that was for. The women work inside the home and the man works outside the home. He takes care of the financial load and she takes care of the things at home that he doesn't have time to take care of. And he shouldn't have to go outsource that because that's why you got a wife. And as much as they want to say, oh my God, that's taking us back and we shouldn't be relegated to the homes, that was the sole purpose of that. But if we're in a modern society and both of y'all can make good money, bring that good money to the table, baby. Because you want lifestyles and all this stuff that traditional women didn't have access to. So you got to pay for some of that. That's extra. So if you can work and if you can pay for the trips and do all this extra stuff that you want to do, what's wrong with that? You need to contribute. That's just my thoughts on it. I don't think you should be sitting back twiddling your thumbs with this so-called soft girl life and meaning you don't do a goddamn thing and he got to work his fingers to the bone and do it all. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. No, I don't think that's fair. Mike Hall, thank you once again for the super chat. Says, so if 78% of black women are single mothers and today's women are complaining about why men today aren't providers, how can we blame the fathers? But see, this is what I'm saying. Right. Oh my God. You own one. Exactly. Y'all, the majority, we have a single motherhood epidemic, right? Majority of the women are single mothers. What are y'all teaching y'all sons? Exactly. How you putting it on the fathers to teach them? No, y'all, what are y'all teaching them? Y'all teaching them how to be simps and how to pay for everything for a woman? What are y'all teaching them? Right. It's not on the men, it's on y'all. Very good point. Very good point, Night Call. I appreciate it. Thank you for the super chat. Baby, I'm a boss babe till that $300 bill comes. You're the leader provider, black man, shaking my head. Right. Exactly. It doesn't make any sense. I'm a sole provider of a garage, but they gotta. There you go. What's going on, Captain Caveman, with the garage? There you go. They want a clean up man they can control. Straight up. Straight up. Let's continue.
This is what a man says. I want to
Right, but I'm also saying that that's not the reason the pool has shrunken. It is the economy that we live in. It's the fact that a lot of us have college degrees. Hold on, time out. So hold on, time out. So y'all are making me fucking mad today.
Go off, Ace. I think you was mad already.
No, because we really gonna sit here and act like the middle class is not disappearing.
You know, on the board.
Okay.
On the board,
Go ahead.
I was gonna write, I just think she's expensive. Yeah. Which is a different conversation than where my brother Ace is going. My new rebuttal is, niggas ain't got to.
Someone said sassy.
No more.
Sassy? That's what somebody said?
No, I mean, this expectation of provision was our key to unlock everything from a home-cooked meal to a back rub to a partner. And that's not the price of admission no more. So niggas is like, damn, I don't necessarily have to be a provider to get a 90.
Hold on, but Mike, before we even get there.
Yeah.
Before we get anywhere.
No, because you on your roommate shit, bro.
No, I'm not. I'm on the facts. A lot of men are being held to a financial standard that is almost completely
delusional,
unrealistic in this day and age under this economy. When we're talking, I don't want to hear women tell me about men problems when we're talking about a man. I'm saying and that's why I clarified. Remember when I said sole provider? I made sure to say sole provider. I don't think that men are not providing. I don't think the question is not a man that can help provide or be a helpmate or be a support mate or even take the most of the load.
It's whatever you want to interpret it as, but the word
right, and that's why I said sole provider. In this country, one person paying all the bills is getting increasingly harder. All right, whatever. All right, y'all, go ahead. Somebody else. I'm done. Boss said I'm done. Hey, Trill. This ain't our crowd today. Hey, nigga, this is not our crowd. Fellas, I tried to hold it down for us. It ain't our crowd. Go ahead.
I got you. When we talk about that word provision, if you just look at it phonetically, you got professional, and you got vision. And I wasn't a rich man when I met my wife. Y'all just saw my wife on an earlier podcast. If you don't know Candace Love, my beautiful wife. I wasn't I wasn't a wealthy man. I was able to take care of myself. I was able to take care of my son. But by today's standards of what a man should have, I ain't have all that. But she had the vision to see the other things I had. And the conversation about potential I heard y'all talking about earlier, a lot of times I feel like women don't include trajectory in your professional vision of what a man has to offer. Yes, I didn't have all the funding that I have now at that time, but not only did she see the potential in me, she saw I was already en route to that. She saw I was already dedicated to that process. I was already committed to it. And that shit looked like wealth. That shit looked like provision. And what'd you say? It's not different because that was me on my way to this version of myself that can do the technical version of providing. And a lot of y'all want to skip that part of the process because your intuition and your vision is not in alignment. So a lot of women will go based off is how much money do he got in his account as opposed to what's in his heart. How is God working through that man? Y'all don't want to have that part of the conversation. Because I'm in that position right now. A lot of these women in this room would have laughed at who I was financially at that time. I'm that nigga right now, you feel me? So we gotta have that part of the conversation. That ain't sassy. That ain't sassy.
Yeah, you know, I get what he's saying 100%. A lot of the women in that crowd, they be looking busted and disgusted. And they don't want to, they don't want to work. That's the problem. A lot of these women are broke. A lot of these women are in debt. And they don't want to work with a man because they've already accumulated a lot of debt. And they just want somebody to just come and just be their savior and wipe all their debt out and pay all their goddamn bills. And that is a sucker, in my opinion. There's no way in hell I would want my sons to take on a big woman with kids, especially because most of them got, even my sons are like, damn, every woman they meet, she got a kid. And he like, man, she got a kid. I'm like, oh, he like, nah, you don't want nothing to do with her. I don't have to, there's certain things you instill in your children, and when they get older, as they get older, you don't have to tell them a thing. They got it. They know what they want, what they don't want. I can't control my children. I can't control their choices, what they do, but it's the things that you teach them and instill in them as a young age raise them up in the way that they should go, and they'll never depart, right? They have their own mind. They come back from work like, man, he met a girl, she got a kid, and she got 2 kids. Oh my God, she got a kid. They like, we don't have to say anything. They have their own mind, and they already know what they want. So what I'm saying is, like, you think they're going to be like, oh, I'll just take a woman and I'm going to pay all her bills, and she's an independent boss chick, and she don't need me, she said, and I got to do all this. No, that's stupid. They understand that. No, they understand that that's not the way to go. This is a different time. They are expecting traditional men, but they're not traditional women. And they're trying to push this narrative and force it. And you coming with baggage. Like, come on, y'all gonna have to get out there. Y'all wanted to work. You wanted to be independent boss chicks. Now you got it. Go and sail off into the sunset with your independent self. Because these men are not falling for these shenanigans. They don't want to have to do all this and then on top of that, goddamn, I could see if you was a traditional, loving, beautiful woman who really showed you care for your man and you catering to him and doing things to show him and show love for him, and you really cared and you really there. Then I think men would probably be like, you know what? Damn, she different. She different. Okay, so I don't mind. That's the motivation for the man to get up and want to do these things for a woman like that. But there's no incentive for men to want to get out here and work that hard for a woman who's just pushing against them and just constantly asking for shit and wanting this and that and never satisfied and keep wanting more. Nobody wants to deal with that combative bullshit. Nobody wants to deal with that. And so I just think these women aren't checking themselves. They're not looking at who they are and how they're presenting, but y'all just want more from men because you think that's what a man's supposed to do, but you never look at what you're supposed to do. How should you be showing up for a man? What roles do you possess? What are your characteristics? What do you bring to the table? In fact, they think their vaginas are the table. When you ask a woman these days, what do you bring to the table? They get pissed off because all they got is old, used up, curmudgeon vagina. Wrinkly vagina that they want to give you that everybody else already had, and they want you to believe that that's the prize. No, ma'am, Miss Pam, that's not the prize. That's an insult to these men who work hard and wanting decent companionship. That's an insult to a man to just say, all I can bring is some vagina because I know you desperately want it. That's what they think. Oh, they think all men want is vagina. When men are saying, no, we want cooperative, loving women. Nobody don't want, and they don't want a wildebeest. Shit. If we really gonna talk about it, you don't want no woman looking like a wildebeest. You want a beautiful. Most men want something beautiful to look at. If I'm lying, I'm flying, and I think I'm sitting down. Most men want beautiful women. Just like women want 6 foot tall, handsome, tall, dark, and handsome. Well, men, there's nothing wrong with a man wanting a beautiful woman. And most men will want a woman that they are attracted to, whatever that looks like. Somebody that he can look at and really look at and be, oh my God, I got a beautiful woman. She just turned me on. Looking at her, and she cooking for you, she clean for you, she giving you good loving. She's there. Simple. That should be simple, but it's the hardest thing. It's the exact thing that women don't want to do for a man. I saw a video of this woman straight up saying she loved to cook, but she will never cook for a man. She said she hadn't cooked for a man in 10 years. And see, this is the problem that these women have. They don't want to do anything for a man, but you want a man to do everything for you. So what is the incentive for a man to come in and want to take on all the financial load for a woman that's going to be outside all the time, twerking every chance she get and going on girl trips every chance she get? That's what you signing up for? That's what you paying for? They ought to know about transactional relationships. So this man you should understand he should want something for what he bringing to the table. And all he asking for is a loving woman who actually cares and want to reciprocate what he's dishing out. Show him some appreciation. Shit, give him a little love. Give him some kisses and love him and show him that you care. That's all the men be asking for. These women don't know how to get what they want because they're so busy out here trying to use and finesse men because you used to being with Pookie in a transactionship, whatever you want to call transactional situationship where he hit it. You don't even get nothing out of that. You get to be with Pookie. That's what that's why Pookie don't have to pay because they're attracted to Pookie. So the attraction level pays for it all. So Pookie don't have to do nothing for you. Just break you off real good and you happy with that you had the chance to be with him because he got a roster. Like, it's just the stupidest thing ever. But no, I don't think a man should be paying fully. You know, I've said before, when me and my husband got married years ago, I was stay-at-home wife. I didn't work at all. Still don't technically work. This is my work. Been in the house for all the years we've been together. But I always stress to say it was not a lavish lifestyle, which I was not even caring about that. See, I'm not that type of chick, but you know, that's probably why when I hear women who are superficial, it just turns me off. It's like, why do you need all of that? You know what I mean? I was never a lavish lifestyle type of person. I was more concerned about the basics, having what's needed, and our children didn't have to want for anything. They had what they needed. And we had a little bit of what we wanted, but it was not about us. That's what I'm saying. You could tell when people are superficial and selfish. It wasn't about us as the adults. It was about making sure the kids were good. They didn't have to worry about not having a roof over their head. They didn't have to worry about not having food. They didn't have to worry about having the things that they needed. They had everything that they needed. And I think that's where people are lost. People are out here talking about sole providers because you want a man to be able to provide a lifestyle, trips, jet setting, and going all this, acting like you on these reality TV shows. No, it's not about that. It's about providing a stable household for your family. Making sure that your family is protected, making sure that your family is solid, making sure they have the things that they need. All this extra stuff that people are talking about is just that, extra. It's not necessary. Now, as time go on, and I always say, listen, we had a very simple life, a basic, simple life like most Americans. And yeah, we go out and do things and stuff. There's room for that. It's not like we're cave people. No, we did stuff, go out and stuff like that. But it wasn't no jet setting here and there. Every lifestyle we didn't have the gram back then where we could post on the gram. I wasn't interested anyway. So I think people's priorities are off and they're looking for a man to be able to take care of all that. Because I think it'll be a lot less expensive if you focus on what's necessary. A stable roof over your head, a nice house, provide, things for your kids to enhance them and to help them grow. Stuff like that. You focus on your children and what they need and teaching them and helping them to learn and grow and all of those things and have a stable, secure household, you know, and where your kids, like, I think people are worried about Louboutins and designer clothes and designer wigs and shoes and bags and trips too much. That stuff is nice, but that's not the end all be all for what's needed. If people focus on what's needed in a relationship, it might not be, you might be able to get what you want. But the focus is on all this extra stuff that you don't need. That's what they're looking for, a man to provide this luxury lifestyle, and I don't think that that's important. Night Call, thank you for the super chat, says, we talk about traditional rules for a traditional time. So what are some of the modern rules for modern times with men and women? Well, modern rules for now is a man needs to be traditional and pay all my bills and he can't work a regular job. He got to be the CEO of a company where he can just jet set and because women like to go on trips every weekend. So he need to be able to pay for the trips. He need to pay for you and your girlfriends to go on the trips. That's what they expect. This is modern times. They need to pay for all the trips with them and their girlfriends. The man got to pay. If you want to go out, everything is going to be about her going out with her girlfriends. Ain't no real time you going to spend with her. Not too much. You going to get a little piece of her, but you expect to pay all the bills, buy a nice house, nice cars, nice clothes, nice shoes, pay for the trips, her and her friends, and you just keep working. However you do that. You got to have time to jet set with her because she could travel. She could just jump and go anytime. That's her lifestyle. And that's that. No, you got to outsource everything as the man. You got to pay. She don't want to cook. She don't want to clean. So you going to be cooking, going to work, paying for everything, or you going to hire a nanny, you going to hire a maid. Then they got kids already. So you going to have to take care of the kids. And she don't want no more kids with you. So even if you don't have no kids, you fresh out of luck. She don't want no more kids. She done her kids. She got a BBL. She got a tummy tuck. She don't want to mess that up. So you got to accept her with her BBL, her tummy tuck, her wigs, her lashes. You got to maintain all of that too now. Every 2 weeks, you got to get the nails done. You got to get the wig relayed. You got to keep the makeup up. You got to be shopping trips and sprees. You got to always bring her flowers. It's always about her. And then you got to make sure that's all it is. That's all it's about. That's all it's about. You provided her a lifestyle because she's the queen, remember? And she deserves all of this. She's told you. She knows what she deserves. She knows what's her worth, and that's what she's looking for. You just got to sit back and work hard, however, and get your money however you got. Get it how you get it. And you got to work to cater to her needs 24/7. That's the modern way. Can't have no kids. You got to take on her kids and take care of her kids. You got to buy them, name brands too. They got to have Jordans. They got to look good too. You got to pay to clean your house, pay to cook the meals, pay for the trips, pay for everything. That's the American modern way. And then she don't have to do shit. All she just go out with her friends and you're just supposed to be loving. Oh, thank you, babe. And give her a big kiss and let her go. While you sit at home and figure out how you're going to keep the money rolling in. That's the modern way. That's what they're looking for because they struggling and they don't want to pay. You got to pay off her debts, student loans, and all that. Now, she might have a job too or a business. She wants you to pour into her. Have you heard that? You got to pour into her. She don't do no pouring into you. You don't need no pouring. You're a man. Night Call, you're a man. You got to pour into your goddamn self. The modern way is men pouring into women, 100%. Pay off her student loans. Pay all her debt up, put some money in her pocket. She have access to all the coins. She do whatever she wants, spend what she wants. And while you, on the other hand, fathers, you got to be a father to her kids. So Father's Day, she might get you a pair of shoestrings with your money. She might get you a pack of T-shirts or, you know what I'm saying, some toothpicks. Shit, you're a man. You don't deserve nothing. You just supposed to be working. That's the modern way. That's what they mean. They need a man to provide. And they mad because men aren't teaching their sons to be foolish in that way. Sitting back, just giving her all your money, letting her do whatever she wants, going on them girl trips, getting that white shit slapped on her ass, and then going down with other women and doing God knows what. And you supposed to be at the house somewhere or at work. No, all this happening while you at work. She have a free reign on your resources while you just keep working and you don't expect shit from her. And if you go and cheat, oh my God, all hell breaks loose. You the worst man ever. the modern way is. Shit. Thank you, Night Call. That is the modern. That's the modern times. Men don't supposed to have a say. It's all about the queens. You know? So yeah. That's what they want, Night Call. Thank you for the super chat. Successful MD says women don't and will not respect anything that they don't invest in or work for. It's too obvious. Am I lying? I wish I was. No, you're not. They don't respect it. That's why they take advantage. They don't care. And they think money grow on trees when it comes to men. As a man, first off, they think they deserve everything. And they think y'all supposed to just give it to them just because. You don't want to work for it. You don't want to put in. You don't want to do. That's why they want the man at the finish line. Oh, he got to have it all together. When you don't have it all together, he got to come in and save you. And then when y'all do make money, you want a man with more money and you don't want to spend yours. So what's the point of you having it? Get your money, and if you make money and you don't want to share with it, just be by yourself and enjoy it yourself. I said y'all don't need a man. Because what's the point of you coming in and bragging about your money if you don't want to spend it? It doesn't help, you know? And you're supposed to be a helpmate. No, you're a hurt mate. You're hurting the man more than helping him. I'm going to call them hurt mates. Y'all ain't coming in helping shit. You're hurting the man more than you're helping him. That's how I see it. Thank you, Successful MD. Night Call once again says 2026 middle class is being absorbed into lower class, making a larger gap between lower and upper class. And we saw that happening. Thank you, Night Call. We saw this happening. Before now, we could see it happening. And I think that's what the guy was kind of alluding to, the fact that the middle class is shrinking, that, you know, people are making decent wages, but the price of everything is going up. So it's not really beneficial. And so this is why people say, look, I know couples, most of the couples that me and my husband know, they both work. Most of the couples together, and this is white, black, different races of people. It's not just black folks. The white couples that me and my husband know, they both work. The husband work, the wife works, they all work. It's not even the majority of them where the wives are just at home. No, they're working. That's why we be like, damn, this is a delusional world on social media to where these women think that these other women or these other races of women are at home and a man paying all the bills. That's bullshit. That's lies. These women, white husbands, wives are working. They will tell you. We know them. They're not, the wives, they got to work. They got bills and have kids. They both have to work. That's how expensive things are these days. They got high mortgages, or some of them don't even have that. Some of them are struggling and they both still got to work. They all don't have mortgages. Some of them can't afford it. So, child, it ain't just in the black community. Everybody's working. I'm just saying. Thank you, Night Call. So I don't know where they getting that from. Everybody is working. Captain Caveman says, is that Dr. Lioness Bryant sole provider degree? It is. This was an old one before they stopped letting her up, I guess, child. Yes, that is Captain K-Man. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you. Facts, I got way more money now at 41 than at 21. Exactly. Oh, my God. It's crazy, y'all. Captain K Man, thank you for the super chat. And once again, he says, I have a traditional garage that need modern work. That garage is a hot mess. I'm sorry. That's crazy. Oh Lord. They also like that they can control Pookie, right? The most they can cook is macaroni and cheese with bacon and fried eggs. Lord have mercy. Yours, Eric TV says they call being a helpmate slavery. Right. Dumb as hell. They want a sole sponsor, not provider. Exactly. You want somebody to come in and just swoop you out of the gutter and just do everything. Like, no, ain't nobody doing that shit. Thank you, yours, Eric TV. Nobody doing that. Hell, you shouldn't be. Night Call 411 once again says, if relationships are a skill, how can a 40-year-old with 24 years of casual dating, side chick, and sneaky link experience be ready for a committed relationship? Night call. Night call, you rolling. They can't. They cannot. That's the problem. But they are delusional on top of that. They don't see that. They think they're the prize. They think, oh my God. Some of them even think that if they've been hoeing for 24 years, that makes them even better. They got all the experience in the world. You got hoeing experience. You know what you're doing in the bedroom. So they think, oh, that's a plus for most men. Now, it might be a plus for some men who just want to, clap them sloppy cheeks. I'm just saying, shit. I'm pretty sure somebody would be like, ooh, okay, I'll give you a test run, but they're not taking you seriously. That's why they get played. You get ran through on top of that, and that's it. That's all they do. Run through and run away. You ain't nobody's marriage material. You know what I'm saying? And that's why you don't know how to be in committed relationships, because they haven't been in it. You've been running around as a side chick, like you said, a sneaky link, just casual screw, and raw dog and all downtown with y'all know who, Roddy Bobby, Ricky Mike, Pookie, Ray, and Trey Songz. I mean, come on. So you don't know how to be with one man. That's foreign to a lot of these women. They don't know how to be with one man, and then they try to blame the man. Oh, he's the problem. He's a narcissist. No, you've been ran through too much. And now you old. And you don't know what to do with yourself. Child. So thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. And that's not nobody else's problem. That's yours. They want Love Island, Real Housewives of Atlanta, but married. Shaking my head. Right. Helpmate spelled backwards is oppression. Oh, Lord. Instagram ruined this generation of women, unfortunately. There is data that shows you can actually make it off one income, but it ain't gonna be lavish. Right. Modern women, I think a lot of people can live, depending on where you live and how much you make, you can be fine. It's the lifestyle that's putting people in a deficit. It's people spending way too much money on things that they don't need, that's putting them at a deficit. If you're responsible with your money and you're spending it responsibly and you're not trying to live a lavish lifestyle, people could live, you can actually live better and have money. A lot of people make some pretty good money. If you look at people's financial records and look at how much money they make, there are a lot of people who make pretty good money, decent incomes. But then when you look at their expenses, what they're spending outweighs what they make. So now that's why they're at a deficit, and they claim, oh, it's so hard and it's so this and so that. Look at how you're spending your money, though. Eating out all the time, getting coffees and eating out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, that adds up. The amount of money they spend on clothing and cars, and their even, where they live, they're going to the most expensive places. And so you make good money, but it doesn't look like it because your spending habits are way more than what you make. So that's why you're struggling. So if people could kind of retailer their way of how they spend and what they spend money on, they might be okay. It's that lifestyle that's ruining people. And this is why a lot of these women, they've gotten caught up into that whole lifestyle that you got to have Lucci Gooey and all Gucci and all this all the time. You're spending too much money and you're going broke, and your consumer debt is super high. And all of these women are educated. So you got all these student loans and all this kind of stuff. And Biden didn't forgive them loans. So baby, you got all that on top of all the other debt. And now you're drowning. And now you want a man to come and rescue you. And I don't think men want to do that. Instagram ruined this generation of women. Unfortunately, modern women expecting Ruth Chris most ain't even worth White Castle. Child. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, imagine trying to leverage overused along with kids for marriage, right? But if you have many that will give it up for a blunt and 3-piece from Popeyes. Oh, Lord, have mercy, right? A blunt and a 3-piece from Popeyes. I know you lying. I stopped eating Popeyes. Lord, Jesus. I don't eat Popeyes anymore. I haven't eaten Popeyes in a while. Months. I don't know how long I don't eat Popeyes anymore. It's too greasy. It give me heartburn. Thank you, Successful MD, baby. Y'all are crazy, but y'all are real. Successful MD, thank you for the super chat. Says, imagine trying to leverage overused along with kids for marriage, right? But if you have many that will give it up for a blunt and 3-piece from Popeyes. Oh, Lord, have mercy, right? A blunt and a 3-piece from Popeyes. I know you lying. I stopped eating Popeyes anymore. It's too greasy. It give me heartburn. Thank you, Successful MD, baby. Y'all are crazy, but y'all are real. I make some good barbecue, so acting like you only cook if I'm your son will never get any play. Oh my God, right. Original spicy or blackened chicken. Child. It's a mess. Everything the modern woman brings, I can do myself or outsource. That's what men have been saying for the longest. Yeah, this is crazy, y'all. Success Woman says they really think banquet heat and serve is cooking. And then the only thing that I have seen, thank you, Successful MD. The main thing that I've seen a lot of these women try to cook is that what's that? The noodle stuff with the white gravy. That shit make me throw up. What is it? This is the main thing a lot of these women was cooking, saying they could cook, and a lot of men saying it was nasty. What is the noodles with the white gravy? I can't eat it. I'm allergic or something? I don't know. I don't even make that. What is it? Elizabeth Warren, a two income trap book. Oh, okay. Captain Caveman says clap with caution. Why? Y'all crazy. Nicole, yes, Alfredo. I couldn't think of it for nothing. That messed with my stomach. I cannot eat no Alfredo. Now, some people like it, but that was the only thing for a moment. Every time they ask a woman what she could cook, they would say Alfredo. And then I remember this video of this guy saying that made him sick. I'm like, it makes me sick too. But that was like the only thing. But women, some women, I'm not putting all women in this, please. I gotta make it clear. Because women be trying to come from me like, girl, you say all. No, it's not all. Obviously, it's not all women. But I just saw a video where this woman was saying she loves to cook. I wish I could pull it up. She loves to cook, but she will not cook for a man. And I'm just like, and she got a child. She didn't cook for the baby daddy, she said. She didn't even cook for the baby daddy. She got a baby with a man. He clapped the cheeks, but she wouldn't cook for him. She said she just won't cook for a man. And I'm like, what's the problem with that? Why you think that is a flex? Like, you won't cook for, and then this be the ones who be wanting a husband. Like, so you'll never cook for your husband? You'll never cook for your man, like, but you will want him to probably pay your bills and do the most. Like, that's not a flex. And then they're single. I see why you single. Because you working around. Hell, most men want a good cooked meal, give them some good loving, treat them right. And boom, they'll do it. And a lot of them will do the most for you. And this is the thing I'm saying, y'all. Then we're going to move on, y'all. I say men are simple. Somebody told me stop saying that. I say, go to hell. Because most men are simple. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It means that most men aren't requiring all of the things that a lot of these women are requiring. Men are pretty simple. They don't ask for a whole lot. They want reciprocity. They want good loving. They want you to show them love, respect them as you should. If you want respect, you should be willing to respect others. That's all the things I see that men ask for are things that should be easy. I think the stuff that a lot of these women are looking for is unrealistic. Thank you, Captain Caveman. And then they want to, slavery. Like, these men ain't even asking for a whole lot. Y'all just want to say it's a lot because you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. And I'm like, come on. They're not asking for a whole lot. They're asking for reciprocity. If you say you love me, show me you love me. Stop being mean and acting like a man and aggressive all the damn time. Be a feminine woman. Men are attracted to femininity. I don't think most men want a woman acting like a man. And then they always want to try to say, oh, these men are sassy and they gay. But I mean, if they must not be, because if y'all sitting around here walking and talking like a man, they're not attracted to you. That would speak to speak more to the fact that they're not into men, because they don't want a manly woman looking like a man. That's repulsive to a lot of men. So that would say, no, they don't want a man, baby. it just don't make sense. A lot of the stuff that's being said, it don't be making no sense. You know? Successful MD says, we are simple. I eat leftovers. Glad I can cook. I know that's right. Yeah, we eat leftovers too. What you supposed to do with the leftovers? Throw them out? I never understood that. And I know some people don't like leftovers. I never understood that. You know, I don't know what y'all do. Y'all throw it away? I don't understand that. But yeah, it's just crazy, y'all. The ideas that women have for men these days are just unrealistic. And this is why a lot of them would be single, you know. And I just think, you know, you gotta, and it's not saying, oh, women gotta dumb themselves down and you gotta be humble like they like to say. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying y'all need to be, the women who think this way need to be more realistic and focus on what's important. Go back to the real, core values that would help to make a relationship work. I think any man will be willing to give the world for the woman that he loves, because he respects and loves who she is and what she brings to the table. So you don't have to ask a man that loves you to do certain things for you. You don't have to beg him to do stuff for you. You don't have to beg. He's more inclined to do for you because he loves and appreciates who you are. You just have to love and appreciate him back. See, I think the women who are out here looking for all these things from a man, you're not getting it because you don't offer anything. He don't see any value in you. There's no value in you that you have, you know, shown him that makes him want to be inclined to do certain things for you. You don't have to ask a man who loves you and respects you and cares for you to do certain things. He'll go out his way to do stuff for you, even when you don't ask for it. But they don't understand that. Why? Because you haven't put in time with a good man, a man who actually cares. Y'all also out, a lot of these women are out here just in these transactional situationships where y'all just busting it open, and then you expecting the man to be so enamored with your coochie, and when he's not, y'all looking around like confused, with this confused look on your face, like what's going on? Because y'all say y'all at the table because of your vagina, and when that vagina don't get you what you want, you looking confused and stunned and shocked, like why he's not obsessed with me? Because he's not. He gonna get your coochie and the next coochie and whoever else gonna give him some coochie, and he's not obsessed with none of y'all. He knows it's been ran through, but if he can get off, get off on it, he will, and he gonna keep it moving. You're not special. And too many women are out here leading with their vaginas like their vaginas are special. Once he get bragging all on TikTok, talking about, I got that coochie, I got that good coochie. He said he loved it. Of course he loves it, as long as you're going to keep giving it to him. That don't make it special, baby. Because if it was that special, he would lock it down, grab you, say, you going to be mine because I don't want you giving it to nobody else. But they don't do that. They let you go do whatever you want with it, as long as he get his piece. And as long as you keep thinking it's special and he love it that much, he gonna keep getting it, and then you gonna be giving it out to you can't give it no more, and he gonna move on. And when he find the woman that he wants to marry and thinks is special, he gonna marry her, and he gonna forget all about your good coochie. Because every woman, according to him, have good coochie. But most men don't see it as a rarity or it's so special they just gotta have it. No, they'll take it and they're gonna move on. I'm just saying. I think women are delusional, some of them. Nightcall says, if men want reciprocity, where would a woman see that or taught when they were girls if most households are single mothers? The women ain't teaching them that, Nightcall. These women are the women, they're not teaching their daughters about what men want. They're not teaching them. They're leading their children by the examples that they're setting. And what they're showing their children is it's okay to be single mothers. It's okay to have a baby and raise it by yourself. You don't need a man. They're not teaching reciprocity. They're not teaching that to men. Hell, how they gonna teach something they don't even know about? They weren't taught it. They weren't taught it. They're not teaching their daughters. And they're teaching their daughters to be gold diggers and to be, 304s. They're not teaching them about anything that's remotely something you should do for a man. And that's when I was younger, it wasn't taught. And this new generation, they're not teaching them that, you should be giving a man. If anything, they're teaching the opposite of what a man is all about, what a man should be giving you. They're not teaching, you should be offering something back to a man. They're not teaching it. They don't think that they should. It's all about them. They're the princess and the single mother queens. Without a king. Thank you, Nightcall. They crazy. Yeah, they're not teaching them, and that's the problem. And this is why I say a lot of these younger women need other examples, because a lot of times their mothers are not giving them the examples that would help them succeed when it comes to building relationships with men and getting married. And half of them have never been married, so they don't know nothing about commitment and reciprocity and all that. They don't know nothing about that. They like, oh, I know my worth. After I done had 3 baby daddies and 3 kids, I know my worth now. So now you're going to have to bring something to it because I'm not accepting it. Well, he don't want to accept it, boo-boo. It's too goddamn late for you to have standards. They don't want you at this point. You're a liability. You're not an asset. You're not bringing something that is beneficial to him, but you expecting all that don't work like that, but they don't know that. They don't know that. So that means women today can't do reciprocity. They won't. They can, they won't. They don't want to. And no matter how educated they are, they don't want to. Even the educated ones who make good money don't want to do anything for a man. They expect him to cater to them. So the women with no money is looking for a savior. The women with money refuse to work with a man. They like, oh, I'm above him. I worked my whole life. You think I'm going to do anything for a man? But he has to come in and do everything for me. And even though you got the money, you got the money, you got the success, but you don't want to work with the man. So the educated, successful women don't want to work with a man. The broke women and the middle and below don't want to work with a man either, because they believe that a man is supposed to cater to them no matter where you come from, what situation you're in. No matter how many baby daddies he's supposed to be a provider, sole provider for all these women. It don't make sense. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you. But what I'm saying is those that had the right environment are loyal to the bonnet army. It's crazy. Let's move on. I want to move on. I got another clip I want to share with y'all. Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, y'all. Please hit the like button. Thank y'all for the likes. Let's move on. So I want to play this clip. We're going to get into this. I got a few clips I want to share with y'all. So make sure y'all are hitting the like button. Hit the like button. Hit the like button, y'all. Here we go.
Modern women don't think their kids need their real father because most of them grew up without one. Like this one right here.
You want to know why women don't listen to a lot of men? Because y'all be saying some of the stupidest stuff. Some of the stupidest stuff. Y'all don't understand that some good women actually have kids by men who are not good fathers. That's okay. That's life. But this the part that gets me. The part that gets me is when people say, I don't want to be a stepfather. You don't have to be a stepfather. That's completely optional to you. We're not asking you to be a stepdad. Matter of fact, we're telling you to get out of our face if you're not ready to be a stepfather, because we have children. We have children to raise. We don't want to raise.
So you're not expecting them to be a stepfather, but you're saying get out of my face if you don't want to be a stepfather? Make that make sense. Let's continue.
Raise grown men. But this is my part. This the thing that gets me. You acting like single mothers don't deserve to be happy. Like children don't deserve to get a father figure. I ain't saying a father. I said a father figure. That's a crime for a kid to get a father figure in their life. Like this the biggest issue is you saying that a child basically don't deserve a stepfather. But then the same ones that's preaching this, it's the same ones that got broken homes. Make it make sense. You ain't even with your baby mama, but you're worried about if a man want to step up and be a stepfather to another child. Oh, men shouldn't want to be stepfathers. Men shouldn't have to be stepfathers. Okay, ain't you? First of all, is you with your baby mama? Why you?
Now, the men in the comments was saying, and I think the guy responded, he said he don't have any kids. The men in the comments of this video were saying, I don't have any kids. I don't have a baby mama. The majority of the men in her comments were saying they don't have kids. So her saying, aren't you with your baby mama? They say they don't have a baby mama. So they don't have kids. Let's continue. Night Call, thank you for the super chat. Once again says, women do have examples. Cardi B, Lotto, Summer Walker, Kim Kardashian. Child. They do. It's a mess. Nightcall also says, if single motherhood is life, why complain and ask other men to step up? Period. Successful MD says she wants a step dummy and can't find a sucker. Mad. I mean, that's what it is. Let's continue.
While you preaching and speaking these, are you with your baby mama? You're not even with your baby mama. Things happen. But this the thing. See, this how God works. Even when you don't have a stepfather in your children's life, he'll send you the people. He'll send you the people. Do you know how many guys have volunteered to say, hey, Keely, I know you a good woman. I know you a trying woman. You work hard. Bring your son to me. I take him. I let him fishing. I take him fishing. I let them feed the cows. I let them do this. I let them do this. Do you know how many men volunteer to take my son and help me with my son? Do you hear me? It's some men out here that volunteer say, hey, I know you ain't got no father figure. Let your child hang with me. I come get him. So don't ever think you stopping nothing, boo. You ain't stopping nothing. You're not stopping nothing because you don't want to be a stepfather. That's you. It's plenty of men out here that understand their role. I may not be a father to this kid, but this kid deserves a masculine father figure. He deserves a male in his life. Like, y'all be preaching some crazy stuff, and I be wanting to just tell y'all to shut up. Just shut up.
Ma'am, I want to tell you to shut up because you sound dumb as hell. Why are you trying to tell other men who don't have kids, or whether they have kids or not, that they don't, you're trying to convince them that they should step up? That's the problem. Y'all are trying to convince men to step up and take care of your damn kids when that wasn't even a priority for you. You didn't even get with a guy that was responsible enough who wanted to take on a responsibility of a child, and you had a child by him. A lot of these women have had children with men who didn't even want children. They could care less. That's your issue. Now, if you find a man, I don't think men are caring if you find somebody to be a father figure in them children's lives. I don't think no man cares about that. What they're saying is they're not going to do it. If you can find somebody who want to mentor your child, kudos. I don't think men are pushing back against that. They're just saying that's not for them. They are not going to do it. And clearly a lot of these single mothers aren't finding men who want to wife them up and take the kids on and adopt them and give them their last name and all that. Ain't too many men trying to do that. So yeah, if you could find a mentor for your child, good for you. Because if you went and had a baby with a man who could care less about the child, that's on you. That shows the type of men that you choose to procreate with. So you got to do better in that. And the men who are not choosing to be reckless in that way, you can't fault them and try to shame them for not wanting to take on somebody else's kid. No, they want to have their own children. That's something a lot of these women don't like because it shows how tacky they were. It shows how they didn't prioritize the right type of men, and they didn't prioritize marriage. They didn't prioritize the right men who wanted a family. They were out here dipping in and doing it with Pookie and Ray Ray and got pregnant, and Pookie didn't give a damn about her or the child. That's the truth. So if these men say they don't want kids, take on those, leave them be. You shouldn't be making a video about that. If you got men who are mentoring your children, you shouldn't have a word to say. You should shut up because that ain't got nothing to do with you. If you got somebody mentoring your child because the father is not there, that's on you. This is how you know when the hit dogs holler, because they be pissed off about men having choices. That ain't got nothing to do with you. You got what you need for your child, you shouldn't even be talking. The reason they're speaking up because they don't like the fact that they can't find a man who's willing to take them on and their kids, and then they pissed about it. That's all. That's all. And so, yeah, and these men don't want to be super simp step crash dummies coming in and taking care of your kids. No, they don't want to do that. But if you find somebody who's want to mentor your kids, kudos to you. Because they need it. They need it because I don't believe women can raise sons. I think you can raise your child, but you can't teach him fully how to be a man because you're not a man. So they need some type of, if the father is not there, they need some type of male figures in their lives to teach them how to be a man. So that's necessary. So if you can find some mentors who want to do that, that'll be good for you and your child. You know what I mean? So I don't think men are mad about that. They're just saying, look, I don't want to come in and take care of you and your kids. I want my own children. I have sons. I don't want my sons to go picking a single mother. No, I want them to go and meet a young woman who don't have kids and marry her, and y'all create y'all family together. Not you going to take care of somebody else's children. Hell no. Successful MD says she's lying because she wouldn't have made this. Right. It speaks volumes. Night Call says, what's the difference between father and father figures if the demand/investment is the same? The difference between father and father figures, the only difference one is not the biological, it's not the child's father. The other one is there to help the child learn how to be a man, right? So that's just not his child. If you want to step in and teach that child, you feel some empathy or sympathy for that little boy, and you want to teach him how to be a man because he ain't got a father, and you want to step in and do that, fine, do it. But what's the difference is that's not your child. It's not your child. You just stepping in because you feel bad for the little boy. Because otherwise he's going to grow up acting like his mama because he don't have no men around. So there are men like that who will be mentors to the children. But that's the difference between mentoring a child is the difference between you taking the child on as yours, I think. So I think, some men who are there are men who mentor young boys. I think that's necessary sometimes because that's the only male influence that they have. But bottom line is a lot of women, they go out and they be raw dogging and they don't think that and they don't think about if they get pregnant, whether the child needs a father or not. They're not thinking about the child. They're thinking about themselves and they're getting their gratification. And then when they're pregnant, oh, well, my child don't need a father. And then when the child get here and grows up and start looking around, where's my daddy? They're now, oh, he needs somebody. So you do your child a disservice by you doing what you're doing, not considering the child. A lot of people don't consider the children. They only think of themselves. It's a selfish nature. And then when the kid grow up and asks where my daddy at, they looking around like, oh shit, I didn't think about this. But I think, a father and a father figure. A father figure is just somebody there to teach you. And then, I guess you got to invest in that too. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of men don't want to do it. They don't want to be a father figure to a child that's not theirs. If you choose to do that, I'm not mad at that. If that's your choice, you made that choice for whatever reason you want to. I'm not going to bash them for doing that. If that's what you choose to do and you can do it and you want to do it, you got your reasons. That's your life. You can do what you want, but I'm not bashing it. I'm not condoning it, and I'm not condemning it because each person is different and each person make choices that they feel is beneficial to them. I just know I wouldn't want my sons taking on a woman who have multiple baby daddies and expect him to come in and take care of these. I don't want him to do that, especially when he don't have no children. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you once again. Successful MD says, I'll pay her to climb my palm trees and trim them. You and, Captain Caveman on a trip. You with trimming your trees and the other one is with the garage. Y'all a mess. A hot mess. Successful MD. Yes, Lord. Who climbing your damn trees? I wish I would be on a goddamn tree, climbing the tree trimming. Y'all are stupid. Thank you. Yes, Lord. You want that lady climbing a goddamn tree. I'm just visualizing a woman trying to climb a tree and trim a tree. Shit, that's no way in the world. Y'all got issues. Oh, Lord. Successful MD, thank you. By the woman in the video, her logic, that means your boys, DeeDee, need to step up as men. So, DeeDee, she's telling your boys to do better. She could kiss, you know what I'm going to crack when the sun don't shine. Hell to the goddamn. Baby, hell no. They going to do better, all right. They wouldn't be choosing those goddamn single mother. Hell no. She could shame everybody else, baby. My son's already like, nah, I don't want no one with no kids. They be like, oh my God, she got a kid. Child, it's too late. These children been raised a certain way. Say they got a father, thank God, and a mother. A mother and a father who's already taught them. So they already it's a no-no. So she could go tell that shit to somebody else. Yeah, they gonna do better, all right, and right past you and bypass because they don't want no woman with no kids. They already looking at that side. She got a kid. That's how they say it. They be like, oh, this girl she trying to talk. Well, she got a kid. They like, no. Child, no, you gotta go tell that to some young men who who had a father to teach them better. Yeah, hell yeah, I think fathers are teaching their sons. No, you're not gonna be no fool. You gotta have some sense. These women out here trying to finesse whoever they can. And if you're not teaching your sons the right way, they'll easily fall for these traps. No. So far, so good. My sons, they not even interested, honey. They trying to work and build their coins up. They not trying. And you think they're trying to go spend it on a chick with kids? They already don't want. They don't want that. They've come across that, and they're like, nah, I'm good. So she got to go tell that to somebody else. Thank you, Night Call. I appreciate you, baby. A mess. Successful MD says she can earn while releasing her aggression. A mess. A mess. What's going on, Box Benji? 2164. How are you? So this was interesting, y'all. She nah, ain't nobody falling for that. Ain't nobody falling for that. Let's see here. I want to play one more clip, y'all, and then we're gonna wrap this up. Let's see here. Make sure you are hitting the like button. Night Call 411 says, but your boys have to understand who and what she is. No, they understand who and what she is, and they understand they don't want it. They understand they don't want it. Trust me, they are very, very clear. They are very, very aware. They are very, very woke. They don't want it. And they nicely decline. Which they've already declined some chicks. Because the chicks be after my sons. My sons are 6'5" and 6'6", tall, handsome, and trust me, the women of different races be approaching, and they simply decline. They're not interested. Not now. So yeah, they are very aware of what's going on out in these streets. I'm just saying. So yeah, they want no parts of it, baby. Now, hopefully they keep that, that same energy, because who knows what the future holds, Thank you, Night Call. It's crazy. I want to get into this next clip. Y'all make sure you hit the like button, Now, in this particular clip, this woman is saying that she is not getting approached by the right type of men. So I want y'all to hear what she had to say, and I want to know your thoughts on it, y'all. So make sure you chime in. Also hit the like button, Thank you once again, Night Call 411. I appreciate you. Dennis Settle 6611 says a pink ice cream cone. Okay. Thank you for the super chat. I don't know what that means. What's going on, Kilo Mike? I hope I'm saying that right. Let's get into the video, y'all. Here we go.
Okay, all right, your name. I can hear you though. So I don't know why some people I can hear some.
Download the Kendra G Singles dating app now. Available on iPhones and Android phones, where you can find real love and your person.
I can hear some I can't. Your name, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. What's going on with you? You got some fox over here? You trying to find love? You single out here?
No, I mean, I'm single, but I'm not really trying to find.
You're not really what?
It's just not the right type of men coming around, I guess.
It's not the right type of men coming around? What type of men is right?
Well,
what type of man is right? What kind of man to you is right?
Someone that's loyal and honest.
Okay.
Wanting
Have
to be
you
in a
done the
relationship.
have you done the Kendra G? Have you done the interview before?
No.
Why not?
No.
You saying the right type of man not coming around. What are you doing to be around those men? Where do you go out at? What do you do? Do you go to the gym? Do you go to networking events? Do you go out to eat? Do you volunteer? Like what was the last time you went on a date?
I haven't been on a date in years. I'm gonna say 6, 7 years.
You haven't been on a date in 6, 7 years. Why do you think that is?
Because the first thing that ever really comes out of men, well, I don't want to say all men, but most men, is sex. And it's not, they skip right over the going out on a date and getting to know you and stuff. So
most men that are approaching you are talking about that straight up.
yeah, that's the first.
All right, and you got social media. Don't shout it out. Well, I'm just asking the question. You got social media,
Yes.
and if I were to on how are you? If I were to look at your social media page, what would I assess? How do you dress typically?
On social media,
Yeah,
I think I'm pretty conservative.
pretty conservative. Cool.
Hmm.
Do you post things that are talking about sex or anything, or
No.
no? And then where do you typically meet men?
Can you say that again?
Where do you typically meet men?
Can't. I'm sorry.
Where do you meet? Like the men that you meet?
Wherever
Where
I
do you?
go, just like if I'm at the store or going to the gym, work, but
Okay. All right. So what? I mean, I can't. Obviously, we can't control when men talk to you. The thing, when they start talking about that, but you could immediately stop that. As soon as they go and start talking about sex too early, stop them and let them know, hey, I'm not that type of woman. That's what you're looking for, then I'm not into that. And you keep it moving. Don't entertain it at all.
right.
Word? If it's too soon, I think, in my opinion, women should be the first ones to bring that up, to
I,
bring up the smash talk. And then, like, yo, then examine yourself. What is about me? Only you gonna know this, but really look at yourself, examine your social media presence, and figure out what about me is making them ask these questions a little too early.
Yeah, it's called being self-aware, like knowing where you stand and making the appropriate adjustments to yourself in any way that you can to make yourself more appealing and appeasing to the type of men that you want. And a lot of times when you come across men who are looking at you or talking about sexual things, it's because that is pretty much the box that they've placed you in. They only see you for maybe sexual gratification, and that's about it. And it's up to you to determine how you need to present yourself so that you get the type of attention from the right type of men that you would want to date. In my opinion, if a man is only approaching you for sexual favors or talking about that's all they see, that's all they want from you. If a man sees you as an attractive option for dating and potential marriage or serious for committed relationships, that's what he's going to try to see if that's what he can get out of you by having certain conversations to see if you have the qualities he's looking for. But if off rip they're approaching you and they're talking about sex, then that's all they see you as, just a fun time. They don't see you for anything more. And so that's, you can say, oh, these men, oh, the right type of men I'm approaching, the wrong men are approaching me, but that has a lot to do with you and how you present and what you show, how you talk, how you look. Because if the man is not attracted to you for a serious relationship, the only thing he might be like, I'll clap them cheeks. And unfortunately, there are a lot of men out here who just want sex and they'll get it from whoever they can get it from. And they'll put you in that category of just, only clapping the cheeks. They'll put, how they say, oh, put a paper bag over your head. They don't give a damn. Some of them don't care, child. I don't really, I've said this before. Hoish men is a turn off to me too. Just out here just screwing any and everything. That says a lot about that type of man too, but they do exist. So you got to be aware of that. So some of these men don't give a damn what I'm saying and nobody else. They just like, they trying to yam whoever they can. So if they see that you might be a willing participant, they going to try to get in your drawers. And if they're approaching you like that already, girl, that's all they want. They don't see you as a potential dating mate, partner, spouse, wife, nothing. They say you as somebody they can screw, raw dog and run. That's all. Night Call, thank you once again for the super chat, says, so there's a chance she has been approached by the right man, but she either wasn't ready for him or isn't mature to realize his worth. He's only right to make her life easier at the moment. All right. I mean, I guess so, Night Call. or she, are they looking at her trying to figure out, they're just not really attracted to her for long-term commitment. They could be just looking at her for like just to clap the cheeks. That's it. That could be it too. But I don't know. I guess you got a point. Could be. We don't know. But I'm just saying, it could be either one. Thank you, Night Call. Once again, I appreciate you. Let's continue. Why does it do this? Hold on. It won't play. Hold on. Let's see. It's gonna start over. Let me see.
Okay, all right, you're now. Think when they start talking about that, but you could immediately stop that. As soon as they go and start talking about that's too early, stop them and let them know, hey, I'm not that type of woman. That's what you're looking for, then I'm not into that. And you keep it moving. Don't entertain it at all.
Right.
Word? If it's too soon, I think, in my opinion, women should be the first ones to bring that up. To bring up the smash talk. And then like, yo, then examine yourself. What is about me? Only you gonna know this, but really look at yourself, examine your social media presence, and figure out what about me is making them ask these questions a little too early. Cool. All right, but do you want to do the interview?
No, maybe another time I'll come up.
I
I was just trying to help, like,
I
make
know
sure
you was
that
trying to help. That's why I'm giving you the opportunity
and
to
to make
just
sure
chop it
that
up for a
everything was
second.
perfect.
All right. Hey, this is what I want you to do. I want you to go and come back, get yourself together, look as good as you can look, and then come on and do the interview, all right?
Okay.
Well, I
All right.
appreciate you helping me out. All right,
You're
for sure.
welcome.
Mhm.
Okay, bye.
Download the Kendra G singles.
Yeah, I just wanted to play that real quick, y'all, because you know what, and I see what y'all are saying. What's going on, Miss Sweet 25? How are you? Good to see you. Somebody said they're waiting for something to crawl out of her hair. Someone should help her with her appearance that is in her circle. Sorry, but that look may not be suitable for her. Exactly. I agree with you, Miss Sweet. I agree. And I'm not trying to be mean because I know sometimes people don't know any better. And sometimes you need people around you to kind of help you out. Many people in the comments were saying that lipstick color is wrong. She need, change that. And then the hair is given two different styles. Like it's like curls in the middle and then it's big braids. It's probably a wig, if I'm not mistaken. And she could look a lot better. I don't think she was super bad looking. It's just the look is off. And that could be why she's attracting a certain type of attention. And so, yeah, and this is where I think Ashley comes in by helping people upgrade their looks and know how to present themselves. I think that's why that's important because a lot of people just don't know. And a lot of people around you sometimes, they don't want to help you. They don't, even people in your circle will tell you look good the way you are while laughing at you. And I just think that that's diabolical. That's something I never understood and I wouldn't do. And this is why I'm so big on being honest with people. And then look, if I'm going to tell you about your appearance, if I'm going to tell you to your face, this is not it, I'm going to help you get something that looks better. If I can't help you, I'm not even going to bring it up. So I think, I would tell her immediately that hairstyle has to change, honey. Change your outfit, change that makeup. You need to do a makeup that's appropriate for your skin color and for, to make you look better. So that's what I would tell her in a loving way. I wouldn't want to, I'm not going to be mean. But there are people who just sit back and laugh at you and tell you look fine the way you are and have you believe in that, and then laughing at you on the backhand side. But that's probably why she's not getting approached by the right guys. They just see her as a way somebody they could just quickly smash. They don't want her. They're just like, if I can make her think I like her a little bit, and she'll give me some, and that's it. They don't take her seriously, and that's unfortunate. But that could have a lot to do with how she presents herself. It certainly could. Night Call 411, once again, thank you for the super chat. Says, it's funny that all women are told overexposure on social media is a red flag, but yet I don't have any social media minus YouTube. And I've been told that's a red flag for most women. So it's funny that all women are told overexposed on social media is a red flag, but yet you don't have any social media minus YouTube. And I've been told that that's a red flag for most women. Well, it's a red flag that you don't have social media, Michael? Is that what you're saying? It's a red flag that you don't have social media? Thank you for the super chat, by the way, Nicole. I don't think it's a red flag that if a man doesn't have social media. I don't think that's a red flag at all. What's going on, Class C young man, 35? How are you? Thank you for the super chat once again, Nicole. Yeah, if you're referring to, you've been told that it's a red flag by women that you don't have a lot of social media, and I don't think that that's a red flag at all. I guess you can look at it as a red flag for women having too much social media, and to me, it's not that you have social media; it's what you put on it. This is 2026. People have businesses on social media, promote their businesses on social media. There's all types of reasons why people have social media. I think it's what you put on it. If you are half dressed on your social media, all your social media profiles, then that's a problem. But just having it, I don't think is a red flag. Yeah, I don't think it's a red flag that men don't have social media. That means they're not focused on the foolishness. They're kind of in their own world and doing their own thing. I don't think that's a red flag at all. And, most men don't patronize social media the way women do, unless it's for some type of business or something, if they're making money from it. But outside of that, I don't see that as a red flag at all. Hell, if women and men didn't have social media, I still don't see that as a red flag at all. It means you're opting out of the foolishness because everything is on there. That means your time is focused on things that really matter. To me, social media is like an outlet, for people, to get away from the real world. Or if you're doing it for business purposes, if this is your way of making money, that's one way. But once again, I don't see the problem with the social media. It's what you put on it. Nicole says correct. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I don't think that's a problem anyway. I don't know why it would be considered a red flag because you don't have social media. I think that's ridiculous. No, in fact, I would look. I don't see that as a red flag. I don't see any of it as a red flag. And I've heard a lot of men say, oh, they don't want to date a woman who's on social media a lot. Or I don't see a problem with it. It's just what you post. If you're posting half naked pictures all everywhere and you're looking for attention, that's the problem. Thank you, Night Call. Once again, I appreciate you. Yeah, so it's what you put on your social medias, what you're talking about, what you're projecting, how you're presenting yourself in everything that you do. I think that is the real problem. You know what I'm saying? But for a man who doesn't have social media, I don't see that as a red flag at all. At all. And then women say stuff and then they switch it up. Because if you had social media and you was on that, then they'd be like, oh my God, why are you all over social media? You like such and such posts or you did this. Then they'll be complaining about that. So no, I think it's just how you maneuver your social media. You know what I mean? Like backwards selfie. I mean, everything with your ass tooted up. Yeah, everybody got their booties out, showing their boobs and coochies and butt cracks. Yeah, that's inappropriate. That's just, you're looking for attention. That's it. That's it. Like I said, I was told several times by women, since I have no social media, it looks like I'm hiding. That's the stupidest. That's dumb. That's dumb, Michael. That don't make no kind of sense. That's dumb. That's dumb. The same way these same women be asking why men don't post their accomplishments, because they don't want to. Every man that's a woman thing. Men ain't walking around here, graduating or finishing, getting their pilot's license, and the first thing they think, oh, let me take a picture for the gram. That's women. Most men don't put all their business out for people to see. They're not focused on that. They're doing what they're doing and they don't have to take up. That's like going out to eat. They're not taking pictures of their food every time they go out and where they go out. They're not posting. They could care. I think that is a plus. I think that is admirable that men are not on social media like that, because that means you're focused on reality and what you are actually accomplishing. And you don't need validation from strangers on social media to tell you, oh, you're doing great. It's women who need to feel gratified, or you need some type of validation from strangers. No, I think it's more realistic for you not to, it says a lot about a person who doesn't need all of that, who can go through life and have accomplishments and does things, and he doesn't have to plaster it all over social media to tell people, to make him feel good about it. That's what women do. And that's why everybody knows that it's an attention-seeking thing for a woman to post every single thing that she does on social media. No, I would rather a man who's not doing that. It's quite the opposite, but this shows you the mindset of these particular women. I think any decent woman who got some logical sense would say, I think that's a plus that the man is not all over social media. It's quite the opposite, but child, that shows you, the mentality of a lot of these modern women. Everything got to be on social media. Thank you, Night Call. Once again, I appreciate you for the support. Yeah, so yeah, they're not looking for validation, right? They don't need you to tell them they're doing a good job. They know what they're doing. They're securing who they are. They're handling their business, and they're going about their life. They don't need to stop and post. They're enjoying life. To me, when you're out traveling or doing whatever you're doing and enjoying life, you don't always have time to snap pictures of it. I find it very like a lot of things that me and my husband and I do. I don't post everything. Because when you're enjoying it, you don't have time. It's kind of awkward. That's why I couldn't vlog. I wanted to do a vlogging channel years ago. I can't do it. I cannot do it because I can't film everything while I'm in action or doing something. I want to enjoy what I'm doing, and pulling out a camera or phone to record it, you can't focus. Hell, I barely can do it at a concert. When we go to concerts, I want to enjoy the show, but you got your phones up all the time. I got to put it down. I got to really get into the show. I can't be filming and enjoying the show. I can't do it. So I couldn't be a vlogger. I wanted to be a vlogger years ago. But when I get up, I gotta, I want to do things that I want to do. I can't be pulling out no goddamn camera every minute. See, this is what I'm doing. See, this is where we going. See, it's a bit awkward, and you have to really train yourself to do that. And I just couldn't do it. It takes away from the experience, in my opinion, because there are things you miss while you're trying to record. You know what I'm saying? It just takes away from the experience. Now, yeah, we can snap some pictures and here and there, but to record and vlog, I couldn't do it. So yeah, I think it's a plus when you meet a person who is not consumed with social media. You know what I mean? I'm not looking for validation or to become a target. All of those pictures and still single, right? Women are setting traps when they get married. They won't cook canned biscuits. Oh my God. Graduated the Law Enforcement Academy in 2011 and never posted anything about it till years later. Right. If Meg Thee Stallion posts online or video, she's taking a dookie, it will go viral. Lord have mercy. They're out here selling dreams. Night Call 411, thank you once again for the support. Says, I was talking to a woman I really started to like, and when having a conversation, she would tell me she still follows her ex via social media. Baby. So I guess that didn't work out, Night Call, right? I guess that didn't go nowhere. She's still following her ex on, so she thinks that's okay. So I'm pretty sure you didn't build nothing with that. I mean, that that's a pretty telltale sign, in my opinion. She thought she didn't see no problem with that, probably, because she told you. That's crazy, diabolical. Thank you, Night Call, once again. I appreciate you. Yeah, red flag, straight up. She didn't see anything wrong with that. She thought it was okay to tell you that, but at least she was being honest. So I'm pretty sure you knew, that wasn't going to work out. She followed an ex for what? Telltale signs are there, and it's up to you to accept those signs or not, or to ignore them. Either you can ignore them or you can accept the reality of what that might be, But yeah, if that's your ex for a reason, why are you still following him? And this is why I think if you're not on social media, you don't have to have those worries, She's still attached. It looks like, according to social media, Megan Thee Stallion and Glorilla are beefing. Child. Who cares? But anyway, y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up, y'all. We passed the 2-hour mark. Thank y'all so much for being here. I appreciate y'all once again for the support. Shout out to everybody who gave Super Chats or Cash Apps. Shout out to everybody who hit that like button. Shout out to everybody who is subscribed to the channel. Also, if you're in the building and you like the content and you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, y'all. It's free to do that. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all so much for being here and for supporting the channel once again, y'all. I'm going to try to come on here a little bit more regularly. So keep that notification bell clicked to on so you'll be notified when I do go live, you guys, or post new content. I try to post new content on the channel every single day. So make sure you go over and watch those videos and put a, hit it with a like and leave a comment just to let me know it's real and hype up those videos as well, y'all. So yeah, I will be back really, really soon. Shout out to y'all once again. Probably checking to see if he would get jealous. Oh my God. Wouldn't let me super chat this. I asked if he's an ex, why do you still follow him? And her reply was, she sometimes have a compulsion to check up on him. Child. She's still interested in him, Night Call. She's still interested in him. That's just what that is. Why are you checking him? You still trying to see what he's doing, trying to see if he's available. Like, come on now. No, that don't make no sense. Like, she's still interested in him. So, and you told, she's telling you this, so you just could weed her out of any possible options. A lot of these women are stupid. I'm sorry. A lot of them are just batshit crazy. Like, what? I'm glad she was honest, but if you really trying to talk to this guy, why would you tell him? Weird. Successful MD says, DeeDee, make an edge wig for my for your hairline. Make an edge wig for your hairline. Who told y'all not to do that? You're gonna have to go to them damn people who make them wigs for the men. I don't know how to do that. Make an edge wig, baby. It'll be looking busted. No, you look all right the way you are. You don't need no damn edge wig. Oh shit. Y'all are nuts as hell. Why would you put that on your head? No. The ball look is good. We'll put that damn edge wig. It's gonna look a hot mess. Anyway, thank you, Successful MD. Y'all are nuts. Thank y'all. I gotta get the hell up out of here. Oh, snap. Okay, focus. I gotta get out of here. Listen, shout out to y'all once again. Shout out to everybody in the building, everybody who supports. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all so much for the support and for being here, for making me laugh. I appreciate you. So I'm gonna try to be back sooner than later, y'all. Keep the notification bell turned on so you at least be notified, because I don't know what time I'll pop up, but I try to pop up when it's convenient, for me, okay? But yeah, I will see you guys really, really soon. Shout out to y'all. Y'all be safe out here in these streets, y'all. Stay tuned for more. Make sure you're supporting the channel by purchasing either one of my husband's songs, you guys, or a t-shirt, a mug. Make sure you're supporting in that way. That definitely helps the channel to grow. Y'all be safe out here in the streets. I will see y'all in the next one. If you have any content that you would like me to react to, DM me on my Instagram at DeeDeesReactions, you guys. Send it over there and I'll get it and try to react to it. If you want something, if you have a topic you want me to discuss in a live stream, send it to my DMs at DeeDeesReactions and let me know live stream, or if you want it in a video, let me know that way so I'll know where you want that content to go, all right? So thanks once again. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe. I will catch y'all in the next one. Mwah. I'll see you later. Bye.
It's DeeDeesReactions.